Another match is upon us as we continue our day for more of the Mobile Legends Bang Bang M4 World Championships happening here in Tennis Indoor Stadium Senayan in the beautiful city of Jakarta, Indonesia. We have another epic Indonesia versus Philippines upper bracket semifinals bout happening in just a few minutes. Keyboy has always been ONIC Esports' constant, as he is able to find crazy initiations only a Kage can find. With the keen eye of Keyboy, carries are in danger if found out in the open. With his early rotations with the Sky King, all lanes will have clear advantages to push the tempo. The mage prodigy Sanji has shown that among all rookies in the international stage, they should start considering Sanji as a big threat within Echo's roster. With his counterpart, dynamic duo Sanford, they will always control each team fight with their symphony of synergy. Watch out for the newly formed Brothers of Destruction, the San pair.
Second series of the day. Indonesia goes up against Philippines. Echo against ONIC. Welcome to the show at your service. My name is Lafel. Alongside with me is Trex as well as Leo. It feels nice being in the middle, and that's why I'm taking Leo's line. How do you think I delivered, man?
Pretty good. 9 out of 10. Solid.
You did this? He gave me a 9 out of 10. Come on, Trex.
I'm a diehard Leo fan. I always like Leo in the middle.
Well, I'm a diehard LaFell fan. And with that being said, I like to keep things hot. So let's talk about the hot topic of the day. Versatility against volatility?
I'm not going to help you.
I'm not American, man. Volatility, man. What does that even mean?
So far, at least in the 2022 series of tournaments, as soon as ONIC found their stride, they have been super versatile. They've grown out of their minds, especially with the help of their newly injected talents, Kyrie and Coach Yeb. Again, they were a solid team before that, but with that championship that they won in Season 10, they've become so diverse. But there's something to be brought up here. It's Echo, who's actually very volatile. Swings ups and downs, super explosive, and I think that's going to be key here for them to take down the Sky Kings.
It's definitely not going to be easy, though, right? And I feel like the past year has forced a lot of teams to become versatile with the constant meta changes, and ONIC has just adapted to that so well. But once again, we have a grand finals-esque match here, and Indonesia wants the revenge after last night.
Let's look at a talent prediction where so far I'm seeing a lot of yellow here. Only Fariza for Malaysia is going for Echo. Now, Leo, we've been in the scene for quite a while. With all of this yellow going on, do you feel Echo has good chances here?
I don't think it comes down to the talent predictions. Again, believe it or not, cast or curse, whatever you may call it. But when you go over to the next page, I think it's closer to this. The reality of the situation is it's 50-50 because both teams are super talented. Both teams have amazing potential despite how, I'd say, volatile, again, you might see Echo. Once they find that final form, that perfect execution, they're almost unstoppable.
I mean, I feel like whichever team ends up winning, personally my prediction was onto ONIC here, but I do feel like it's easy best of 5 all the way. If this common thread keeps going, that's what we're probably going to see tonight.
An easy best of 5. We'll see. Right now, we're going to look at the power distribution between the players because a lot of players we got to talk about. But for now, we got to look at Kyrie, the jungler for ONIC, the best jungler in Indonesia.
I mean, the major thing I want to point out here is team fight participation, 81%. He is always there. He's involved in the skirmishes. He's involved in getting to those kills. Now, one low part to point out, though, the hero pool, he hasn't really been able to pull out a lot of those cards just yet.
And that's what scares me because, again, he's so versatile, and I know that there's more than just 4 that he can show off.
Yeah, the thing is, I kind of feel like he has no reason to really diverge that much. But right now, we got to look at Carl TZ Echo because this is going to be an epic jungler fight.
Yeah, on the other hand, at least throughout the group stage and the knockout stage, Carl TZ has already flexed, right? He's shown 6 different heroes, brought out some old favorites like Yi Sun Shin, and who knows, we might see a Carl TZ Lancelot here tonight.
I mean, we got to look at the MVP for M2. And Kyrie, if he performs well, he might be the MVP for this M4. So like you said, this is a grand final-esque match. Yesterday, it was so close. We got to see whether today we will match the closeness, or is it going to be pretty much one-sided? With that being said, let's throw over to the casters.
Thank you, analysts. It's a bright and beautiful day today for some Mobile Legends, and I hope you're excited because today we're looking to break more records as we see another Filipino team going up against Indonesia. My name is Gideon Q. With me on the desk, it's going to be two bows and the one man who ties us together. It's going to be Naisu as well as Assassin Dave. Glad to have you guys on board here. Now, Assassin Dave, you gotta walk me through this right now because again, these are some high-level teams so far, but in terms of meta, things are changing.
Yes, absolutely. And these two teams are known for their assassin playstyle. They're junglers, and they're both very versatile. They've grown so much in the entire series. I'm really excited for tonight because mostly we've seen a lot of tank jungle players, right, so far. But tonight, we get to see some assassin versus assassin. Also, a more grouped playstyle versus some split pushing playstyle tonight. So I'm very, very excited to see which one's going to come off on top.
I mean, so far it's looking good, but Naisu, any last words before I attempt a world record here?
I'm sure Assassin Dave would love to see the Assassin junglers come out, especially when it's these two junglers that we're speaking of. But I'll let you get to the world record here, Gideon.
I will now attempt the world record of the fastest ad spiel you have ever heard in your life. Timer's up, cameras on me. You boys ready? 3, 2, 1. Because never go out of style when you wear and game with Gank, a lifestyle fashion brand made for the modern gamer and is the M4 World Championship official merchandise partner. Grab the M4 merchandise at www.gank.asia today. The M4 pass is available now so you can complete all active tasks and you will reach level 75 at ease and for free. So log in now and exclusive rewards like the Beatrix, Light Chaser Beatrix, Stellar Brilliance, and M4 Beatrix figurine are awaiting you using the hashtag Mobile Legends Bang Bang, hashtag MLBBM4, hashtag Dare to Be Great. I'm so sorry, production, to keep up, but that's gonna be time.
Almost.
34, that's not bad. It's close, but we're getting there. But we have to talk about these teams now. Naisu, I know there's a lot of split feelings between you and the crowd right now. Where does your heart lie here?
Well, you're putting me in the hot seat here.
Oh, yeah.
But, okay, obviously, you know, coming from the Philippines region, I got to root for Echo, right? And also, big fan, I'm a big fan of Kyrie, which we're going to be seeing come to the stage here in a little bit with the team. But I think Echo just has the boxes checked here for this matchup.
Well, let's see what these boxes that are going to be checked in a little bit because we have to look at the starting lineups of both sides. And this is extremely important here. Number one, starting things off, it's going to be from ONIC Esports. It's Sans, Boots, CW, Kyrie, and as well as Keyboy. Again, shaky start, but strong finishers.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Keyboy versus Yaoi on the tank lineup. Speaking of Yaoi, here comes the lineup for Echo. We have Sunji, Sem4, Benny QT, Carl TZ, and Yaoi.
Now, I don't know, is there a little bit of disappointment here? For me, it is a bit of disappointment because we're not going to see more JP. I know Yaoi's crazy, but man, JP has really kind of found himself here on an international stage.
Well, I mean, you know, they call him Daddy JP, and there's a reason. He's a huge veteran, has a huge hero pool, but Yaoi is someone that obviously, you know, they've been playing a lot with this lineup here, and they can make it work with Yaoi as well.
I mean, hopefully it's going to be all or nothing here. We're expecting the best of the best, the highest class of play. And as they make it up to the stage, make some noise for Echo! Loud and proud is their motto, and we expect to see that from their gameplay here today, Dave.
Absolutely. Now, I always say loud and louder. That's what they've been doing, you know. They have been really, really loud in this entire tournament in a really good way. And I cannot wait to see those great engages. Are we going to see a Chow ban, or are we going to see a textbook show-off between those two tanks tonight? Echo, I'm ready for it.
I think that's a great point, you know. Take out that show because you were questioning about JP and Yaoi. Well, we've seen a lot of TikTok plays from Yaoi specifically, so start it in the draft.
Well, let's see what it's going to be. The fan favorites here today as the audience have gathered. come together under one banner. They've seen one representative go to the lower brackets, but they don't expect disappointment today. Make some noise as they walk on up. It's ONIC Esports.
Oh my God, what a great confidence showing from the entire ONIC boys. Everybody walking up, walking with the body, their upper body straightened up. This looks incredible, this looks insane. I cannot wait. And by the way, I just gotta say, Keyboy got some style the way he walks.
I mean, they're styling on them real good. Keep on making noise, boys, because they're going to need as much help as they can get. It's ONIC Esports lined up ready. Oh, look at the one of those. That's some sexy shoes, but ONIC Esports here to play.
The drip is
The
here.
drip.
And actually, you know, we got a preview of, I would say, 2/3 of that drip from our friend Trex. But those are the shoes. Not a lot of people have those.
Again, right on the mark, Dave. Definitely a sheesh moment there. But once again, Aditya Fadli, thank you so much being our referee to make sure that integrity is kept at an all-time high. Expect all technical pauses and as well as maximum game integrity. There's going to be no funny business around here at the M4 World stage.
Absolutely, as players are now making their entrance into their seats, ladies and gentlemen. I want to talk about the draft. You know, this is going to be exciting because, like I said, Echo is known for their split push playstyle, and a lot of times they don't split push with their jungler, they split push with their marksman, you know, with Benny QT. Now, what are we going to do from ONIC side? You can hear the crowd. I mean, I feel like their crowd has a better idea than the team itself.
Honestly, the crowd is so loud right now that it's hard to hear your own thoughts. That's how much Echo has to be louder than them with their gameplay. But let's break down this head-to-head.
Let's take a look at the average kills. It does seem like Echo is just a little bit ahead with 17.4 compared to 15.7, but obviously the game is not won by kills, it's really won by objectives. So let's take a look at the game win rate. It does seem like ONIC is just a little bit ahead with 83.3% compared to a 75% from Echo's side.
I mean, again, large differences in a lot of places, but I don't know, it's so different. Like, Echo has so many more kills, but that lore control so different between the two teams. So such different personalities.
Again, I think this is why they pretty much named this match versatility and volatility, right? I mean, the two trends for both of these teams, the way that they play here, we're going to see it unfold in this best of 5. And now, one of the big things is they highlighted the junglers, right? Where does that start? How does that transition? But so far, too, what we've seen up to this point in the knockout stages is the importance of the XP lane, roams, I mean, just in general, of everybody playing the part and really finding success that way.
And again, it's very different from previous metas where, again, I'm so glad that we've moved away from the funneling system of just hyper carrying somebody to get to that all-time big momentum swing. But if we look at the most picks and most bans, it tells us a different story because, again, all these roles play a significant part to make this machine work.
Yes, most picked heroes, actually Hayabusa, 1-1, Lilia, and most bans are Valentina, Joy, and Faramis. Very, very interesting. They really want to take away the Faramis, right, to make sure that 1-1 Hayabusa can really shine through the entire game. And the more interesting thing you have noticed here, most banned by opponent is Fanny. Now, we do have two really good Fanny players in the entire game. Speaking of that, let's talk about Echo.
Yeah, I mean, Fanny has been a hit or miss for some teams, but now that we have gotten to almost the final stages, really, really closely to that grand finals, Fanny is just too devastating to give over to these top 0.5% of the world.
Yeah, it's a good thing you point that out because we've seen Fanny in a lot of different players' hands, right? And usually you get to see some amazing things. Sometimes there's mistakes, but again, we're talking about Kyrie and Carl Teasy, right? Two players from the Philippines, and I feel like they just grow up somehow playing Fanny. And so I don't think we actually see this in the draft unless there's a game plan to work around that, like what we've seen previously, even from the group stages, where if the Fanny is locked in, you just try to starve out that purple buff, maybe with a Hilda, maybe with someone else that can just make it a really difficult time.
Absolutely. All right, I don't know about you guys here watching from home. Let's look at the keys to victory for ONIC specifically. If you're an Indonesian fan, you got to keep an eye out because you got to be aware of Yaoi's playmaking initiation. But stopping Benny QT's Hurricane by diving into the Typhoon's Eye, that is a big ask.
You also have to respect the Sunset duel, but trying to bait for overextension. Now, it's going to be kind of hard to bait overextension from Echo because this is one of the most disciplined teams in the entire tournament.
I mean, at the same time, you're wondering, you know, each key to victory is on a different lane, right? Except that last one, it's like, get an assassin to Kyrie. And
Yes.
I'm pretty sure, there it is. I was going to say, same thing here for Carl TZ. Give the guy an assassin. Let these two assassin players just battle it out.
I can't wait for you to make predictions about the draft night. So you're on point with the keys to victories. But remember, never leave Boots alone. This man is a playmaker just like Samford. And if they can hold and preoccupy the gold lane with their aggression and pull him away to a different spot on the map, maybe they'll have an opportunity to create a window of opportunity.
Yeah, but there are only so many assassin characters in the entire game. You know, if you take Ling away, which is one of the most popular picks, I think might be heavily prioritized because the mobility provides. Fanny might be banned mostly tonight that we'll see. So what other option do you have? Hayabusa, Lancelot? Are we going to see some Gusion, Helker? I don't know.
I mean, you're avoiding the main. You're looking at me, and I know exactly what you want to say. Hanzo hasn't been seen just yet, and that'd be crazy. We've seen Lancelot already. Like, come on. And not to mention, Carl TZ has his own skin, so put the 2 and 2 together, maybe we might have a spicy game.
I love that you pointed that out because, again, referring back to the graphic we saw earlier where Kyrie's only played, what, 4? I think it was 4 heroes. This is actually the best time to pull an ace up your sleeve if you have it, right? If you've been holding on to something, you could do it here because technically, no one's going home just yet from this matchup, right? So Technically. But still, if we see a Hanzo, that would be quite the battle.
That would break Dave.
Hey,
yeah, it would.
Hey, I just want to say that the other day, I actually caught a bus back to the hotel with the Falcon coach, and they were just talking about how Hanzo might be viable because it's so easy to kill the most meta marksman in the entire game, which is Carry right now, right? Because Carry has mobility, but in front of Hanzo, it's not going to be that good. But hey, that's neither here or there. Let's talk about the next possible option. What about the mid lane matchup between the two teams?
Eve is either banned out or just one of these teams is going to grab it.
That's it. You know, I mean, mid used to be a lot more interesting, but I feel that especially at the highest levels, you're trying to minimize the mistakes and trying to pick heroes that benefit the team while still having that carry potential. We're seeing it from the Valley. We've seen it from so many teams, even Falcon Esports as well. It might be today that we'll see something different in the mid lane. I'm tired of the Kadita. Let's jump into the drafting phase. Let's see whether or not I have one pick in mind, but if it comes up, I'll let you all know. Let's jump in it. This is a best of 5 between two of the best teams in the world. ONIC Esports versus Echo. Let's jump right into the draft.
Ooh, right off the bat from Echo side, we have the Kadita and the Glue Monster band. On the other side, we have none other than the two most meta marksmen in the game, Carry and 1-1. Nothing so special so far, but from Echo side, we see more target ban with the Kadita.
This is what I'm wondering, right? If we don't see Fanny come out in these last two bans, okay, never mind. Never mind. Just scrap it, right? Okay, Fanny's not going to slip through here. So still, now that the Eve is banned out, what is the priority here?
I mean, they could just. I mean, Carry is gone, Yves is gone. I would say that it will go into the support role between both of these sides. For all we know, Kaja has come up a couple of times as a first pick. I'm not 100% sure whether it's actually going to pull through this time round, especially since there are ways to actually flex some of those picks. Maybe even Frederick.
Yeah, and also there is Joy available on the map, and also Grok, one of the most viable flex pick in the entire meta. We know how damaging, how scary the Grok can be on both the XP laner between the two teams. But here we go, speaking of Kaja, will be the first pick, and Grok, ever since we mentioned Valentina, oh my god, they're picking everything prio so far in the first round of draft.
I love it. I love the Valentina so much here. The question is whether or not there's going to be, I don't know, there's a big correlation between EXP and mid lane, right? When you get an artillery mage, you see Lapu Lapu immediately Yutong as well. We see Farsa, same exact situation. However, Joy, now at the highest level of gameplay in the upper brackets, has really seen a big resurgence.
I love it, right? I mean, for a while, I feel like there was a debate, where does Joy fit? And now I feel like we have our answer, right? We'd say XP lane, you run the Vengeance, you kind of play around that. And again, Fredrin, man, did we see some pristine Fredrin gameplay yesterday in the hands of Wise, right? So now if this is most likely going in the jungle, that's going to be that objective base. So you're going to see this, right? Does Kyrie want to focus on that too? Go towards that utility focus objective playstyle? Or does he just lock in that assassin playstyle and set the tempo?
Honestly, it's a little tough to say. I mean, the Lunox gets locked in here. You were saying, Dave?
Yeah, what I was trying to say is, even though we want to see the assassin matchup, but it seemed like Echo, they're locking Joy, they're locking the Fredrin. That means like one of those two might go jungle here, like with a really high possibility. I mean, it's likely that you can even go with Fredrin Silent and Joy mid sometimes, right? But the chance of that happening in the entire M4, I think so far we haven't yet to see a Joy mid, right? It's Joy jungle.
Yeah.
But not melee.
Well, here's the thing. You brought up a really interesting point about like switching it over into the EXP lane. I just have the sneaking suspicion that we might actually see, Fredrin go into the EXP lane, and then after that, Joy gets thrown over into the jungle as a way to kind of, deter Carteezy from playing an assassin. Play something tanky, and I quote-unquote might still get my assassin later on if I am Kyrie.
Oh, man. So with that Hayabusa ban, that's taking out the Fanny too. Yeah. They might even use that last ban towards another assassin if they really want to. But I mean, still, the Ling, right? Unless they really want to go against the Ling here. That's a possibility. But just the fact as well that if Valentina is across from you for ONIC Esports, Echo's got to be really careful how they approach that, because I mean, even right now, if Valentina just goes and takes that Kaja, the Divine Judgment available to them, then that pick-off potential is there, especially paired up with this Lunox, and we saw that combination, that relationship between those two heroes alone, and there it is, the Ling is banned out.
Oh, this is... I don't know. I'm already sweating. The Ling's already banned out. People are focusing on those assassins, but Yaoi specifically quotes that he really wants to fight with Keyboy on the M4 stage. I don't know why. It seems that his heroes are the same as mains. He's also very good at positioning and getting pickoffs. I'm guessing that Yaoi is seeing a lot of himself in Keyboy, strangely enough.
Yeah, I'm really excited because I'm biggest fan of all the support roam players, right? Usually we've seen them getting the least highlights, but we all know here on the casters that the difference in the support, the difference in initiations are the difference in the game. Who can play more aggressive? We talk about in the early series that we had today, which is the team who engaged first usually wins the game. And that's exactly what we're going to see here. And Yaoi said it very humbly, right? I want to play against my opposition here because it depends. It's going to see, who is going to be the better tank here. And let's see the draft. The Kufra taken out. And we have Melissa making the first debut in M4, as well as Xavier.
All right. Now, Melissa used to be used as a way to kind of defeat Wanwan in lane, try to get a little bit of that push, that little bit of harass. There was a lot of ways to deal with it. Number one being Grok. Secondly, the fact that Kufra is here, I don't know about you, but it feels like this is starting to have some layers to the cake.
Layers to the cake for ONIC Esports. There's a lot here, right? I mean, you've got multiple ultimates that you can layer on very well, but still, even if you're going with the, let's say it's the Kufra, let's say it's the Grok initiating things, do you have enough to peel for Echo here? I mean, you've got the Kaja there. We've seen how clutch Mystic Field right placement can be. And again, late game, the scaling potential is there, though. Okay. And this is another layer to that cake.
Exactly. It's so good. I mean, now that you have Death Sonata, the get away from me, sit in your little space. I'm going to blast you out of the game.
Oh my god, the combo coming out from Team ONIC. They're looking to wombo combo, right? With the Kufra engage, with the Granger Death Sonata, and you have the Valentina dive as well. This is the combo versus the peel, right? Echo is more peeling in this game. It's very uncharacteristic, almost the opposite from what we've seen of Echo in the previous stages. So this is a completely different playstyle coming out from Echo. I'm excited to see how they pull off this Melissa play. You really have to protect the Melissa, but can you do it in front of all this dive?
It's tough. It's a really tough one here. The only way to decide it is when we jump into the land of dawn. Have a look at the audience here right now. Whether you're from the Philippines or whether you're from Indonesia, the watch party outside as well. Good luck to everyone because this battle is going to be bloody. Welcome to game number 1 in this best of 5 between ONIC Esports up against Echo.
Man, and just like that, jumping into this one. And I gotta say, the crowd here feels in a way different because I feel like there's actually some people on the Philippine side that love Kyrie too, and of course Coach Yeb. So you have these different chants going on here. But again, the team that strikes first blood in the series is going to be massive for them.
For sure. And honestly, I feel like no matter what, the Philippines is winning at the end of the day, whether you like it or not. There's a player and a coach from the side of ONIC, but this is Melissa's debut. Assassin Dave, walk me through these lanes. What should we expect in these early laning phases and where their resources should be invested in?
I mean, it seems like so far, early game, it's been pretty peaceful on both sides. In bottom lane, it's a Joy versus a Grok. If you be a little bit of tanky on Grok, Joy's not going to do anything. The same thing, vice versa, other side. But speaking of that, in the mid lane, though,
Yep, Keyboy.
Find a little bit of poke, but not going to be too much. On the top side, Lunox versus Melissa, it's going to be like similar stuff. Like, you know, even trade off, but you're not going to see too much. It's going to be pretty peaceful laning phase. Again, it comes down to Keyboy versus Yaoi. Who is going to engage first? Keyboy does have the early game advantage because he is Kufra. Speaking of that, here we go.
Not looking good here. ONIC Esports wants the first blood. Kyrie on the mark. Able to take down Yaoi with that Death Sonata, and it just played out so perfectly.
I don't know about you, but it does kind of feel that ONIC needs to make that first move all the time. They cannot play defensively against Echo, and Echo generally is going to be much better at the counter engaging, stopping this aggression. So now they have to take full advantage of the early game to start their lead.
Man, and right now with his first turtle being up here, already having that advantage, but it's going to be Carl Teasy that starts up. Notice too, Sans has that Divine Judgment available to them. They've got the numbers advantage, they've got the space here. They're going to go in, the flicker comes in. Turtle still going to be up here, Donnie comes out. Kyrie able to secure it though. They're still going to continue. Sanford going in. Boots trying to get away here. Carl Teasy, Appraiser's Wrath. Can't get a kill though. ONIC Esports taking the turtle.
Wow, that was disgustingly close to a steal there coming in from the Xavier overall. Didn't have the Enlightened form just yet, but if he did, I think that might have been the difference maker. But so far, Echo played it well. They only got caught up once, way before the turtle. But in that situation, you would expect more from ONIC. They're playing more discipline this time and showing a lot of respect to Echo.
And this is why this is a grand final worthy type of level gameplay, right? You saw the turtle gameplay. It's Sanford on the Joy going to the backline, but Kurfa, Keyboy with a beautiful skill 2, canceling the skill 2 of Joy, so Joy cannot dash, which allowed Kyrie to have the room to dish out the damage. Same with the Grok, same with Boost, right? Beautiful zonage to the entire side of Echo, which allowed the Granger to secure the turtle and actually walk away safely. You know, I actually thought Echo was going to find like a retaliation, a kill or two, especially on Boots, who was so deep. But their objective was really clear and execution was crystal.
Yeah, I think they also understand that right now isn't the time to fight. They do have their ultimates, and yes, they're a little bit more ultimate reliant, but at the end of the day, it's still the items, the numbers here. TZ might be in some trouble.
Okay, they jump in for Carl Teasy. Should be fine though, but it's 4 members here for ONIC Esports. Going to back off for now, and you know, like you guys were saying, it's really Echo Philippines does not have the firepower yet. Especially, we don't actually know how this Melissa is going to work out so far because it's the first time it's come out in the tournament. And you do know that Melissa needs some time to build up here. Comparison, especially when Kyrie is running the Granger, a lot of that damage, a lot of that burst is already coming out through those skills of the Granger. So, looks like they're going to put some focus here now. Yaoi going to back off for now. Keyboy there to help as well. So, nothing for now.
Well, I think if we're talking about Melissa, we need to categorize her, right? Anybody who uses the Golden Staff are 2-item marksmen, or what I like to categorize as 2-item marksmen. Melissa kind of falls into the category of Irithel, where you kind of need 4 items before you feel almost unstoppable.
Well, here we go.
Yaoi going to flicker in. Divine Judgment. They're going to find Boots. He wild charges out, though. Carl Teasy securing the turtle for now. There might still press the situation here. Keyboy going to take a couple of hits. Should be able to disengage just fine. And now it's going to be a fight here for this purple buff. Divine Judgment on Carl Teasy. The Terrify's there. Can they grab the kill? Keyboy with a revenge. It is Kyrie that takes down Carl Teasy.
Wow.
Beautiful.
What a beautiful play there coming out from Sans, copying the Divine Judgment and actually wombo comboed along with Keyboy, right? He with the pull and with the ball. It was the ultimate from Kufa. It's absolutely beautiful to watch. At the same time, I gotta say, this is some like downside with Granger when you pick this character. You can't really get territorial control because this character is so easy to dive onto. And you need a lot of protection. Just now, that's a very nicely done from Aqua to zone Granger away, but they're a little bit too aggressive there. Just bit a little bit too much more than they can chew. But speaking of that, ONIC decided to back away and play a little bit more safe.
I do that too when I play Kufra. You know, where am I going? Where am I going?
Where am I going? Which way is it going to go? It feels like
Here we
they're
go.
really dedicated to this top side, though.
He's going to charge up. ONIC Esports taking the disciplined route. They grab that tier 1 turret, disengaging for now.
I think overall, ONIC, again, very nice aggression that we're seeing from them. But also, the fact is that Sans has that flexibility. They don't necessarily have to take the Divine Judgment. It's just a really powerful ability overall. And it feels like a waste to not take it, especially when Call TZ wants to peel for the rest of the team. So the easiest answer, just pull that front line away and jump right in to open with the Death Sonata.
And also, I gotta say, Echo, despite the little bit defeat in the early game, just now when they have 2 dash, but think about going to the long term, going to the late game, right? The skilling game is definitely leaning towards Echo's favor. They have the Melissa late game. It's a attack speed marksman going to late game. He's going to shred every single frontline tank, right? I'm talking about Boost is not even a tank. He's going to build damage, a little bit of hybrid. Keyboy is just going to disappear if he goes in and misses the skills. Now, the thing here is the playmaker is the wombo combo. Is Kyrie going to sync with Boost and Keyboy to jump in together, which I'll find out. Here we go, the third and last turtle of this game.
Oh, Kyrie going to commit the ultimate here. Goes in with a wild charge. Carl TZ able to secure it. Yaoi's going to be in trouble here. They're trying to follow up. Sans can't get the pull he wants. Sanji taking the Sans down. And now it's EW on the run. Dawning Light comes out. What a brilliance to dodge the Dawning Light. It's only going to be 1 down for now. ONIC Esports giving a call back, but they lose the turtle. And Seal Play going to come out. Nothing committing just yet. Keyboy spinning around again. But all they can do is defend for now.
Oh, they finally... Okay, so now they back off. They're looking for the reset. There is a good push on that top side. That tier 1 technically should fall. But wow, Yaoi, that reaction time to the instant flicker coming in from Boots and locking him down with the Divine Judgment. And who else can produce that? Who can produce that move?
Yeah, but going to the late game, you know, I also want to go back to the point that Echo is playing the scaling game, right? Now, scaling me, and they're winning. You know, you have Senji under this Xavier. If it gets you late game, once Xavier finishes 3 core items, especially the Clock of Destiny, Lightning Truncheon, it's going to be absolutely insane. Oh, speaking of that, here we go. Echo playing a little bit more aggressive.
Oh, Yaoi doesn't have the flicker available, so he couldn't commit exactly the way he wanted to. But it just backs off for now. Again, they got to respect this damage also coming out from Kyrie. You saw he just picked up that Malefic Roar. He's going to hurt much more. Keyboy going to charge up. Under the turret he goes. Getting out the flicker. He's going to get Divine Judgment himself. Dawning Light comes out. It's Benny Cutie with a kill here. They're going to back off, still taking their time. They're happy with the 1 kill. And ONIC Esports going to back off.
That was so nice. Now we have a very clear idea of how Echo wants to play, right? It's a hook, spear, and shield strategy. Very similar to Mincetar. You look to hook that one person in, the Call TZ comes and blocks as much damage as he can so that ONIC cannot follow up with the Death Sonata. He just needs to be in the right place at the right time.
At the same time, that does mean the bottom tier 1 tower is in trouble for the side of ONIC. But Echo now, with the pressure they gain, they're able to easily push a lot of pressure on the bottom side. Speaking of that, here we come.
Okay, Carl TZ was there. He had the vision. Lord's going to be up now. Both teams, you're going to see them just kind of ensue this Lord dance. And you got to also keep an eye, right? Sans does have the Divine Judgment. So right now, Echo knows this. They're not going to commit.
I mean, topside, Joy has to actually maintain that wave. And ONIC, even though they could want to bait out a fight here, I don't think they want to start it too soon unless they know the positions of the Echo members. And now they're walking up. Like, you can see that Yaoi is very clear where he's going to be. Keyboy looking to engage.
Yaoi knows Sanford's going to go in. It's Kyrie that secures the Lord. Sands going to be trouble. He's going to flicker out. Sanford grabbing the kill. Echo looking for a collapse here. The Dawning Light's going to come out. It misses its mark. Kyrie going to be in a bad position. Has to go out. Keyboy, though. Sanji unleashing. Appraiser's Wrath will miss. Not finding the mark, but CW falls as well. And Echo is punishing ONIC Esports.
Huge mistake there coming in from ONIC. That Mystic Field into the Tri-Buff, cutting off an extremely crucial funnel point. And just ONIC members walking into it and getting caught up, even though it was clear the Mystic Field was active.
Oh my god, and that's just showing you how deadly Joy can be on the EXP laner. He literally 1v5, right? He walked in, popped the Vengeance, and what are you gonna do? Sens just died, and Kyrie was trying to help. Nobody can help, you know, because he's so tanky. He has immunity to claw control. At the same time, if you hit him, it's like hitting yourself. But worse, he doesn't have a shield, has an ultimate, just to take all the damage that reflects onto you. So, what a beautiful, beautiful character. Beautiful pick here, in this case, to dive on the carry and dive on the Sands. Here we go.
Gonna come out here. They get the wild charge. but the getaway comes out from Benny Cutie, disengaging the fight.
Great reaction time coming out from Echo. Boots needs to realize that he's becoming a little bit more predictable, and he needs to make sure that his passive is on a line when he does it. Even the smallest 0.5 gap in his passive can get countered. This is nuts.
This is absolutely nuts. Let's take a look at the items of the power spike. Melissa already finished 3 core items. His damage online is not going to be really good against tanks because he doesn't have any penetrations and melee damage and critical damage. Look at Granger though. It's Hunter Strike, Malefic Roar. This guy is doing pure penetration. It's just going to be that burst of skill damage. Here we go.
Oh no, Yawi going to find his target here. Keyboy's going to be in trouble. Razor Crown's going to come down, but the stun comes out. A massive revenge. Yawi's in trouble. Carl TZ falls. It's ONIC Esports trying to turn the tide. But look at Sanford. Double kill for Benny Cutie as well. It looked so good, but it turned out bad for ONIC Esports.
What a counter engage here. You think you're going to take out your boy Keyboy. He makes the play after absorbing and soaking so much. But Benny QT, Inspire, and a quick puppet chunking out 4 people at once. I have to see his items. I need to know, how did he do this?
He is building pure burst right now. Speaking of that, it also is a tough task for CW. He has to find the flanks, he has to find the Ruby DD combo onto the backline, because if he doesn't, this is going to spell trouble or doom for ONIC Esports. I mean, again, this is a skilling game. The later it gets, the worse it gets. And there are 2 hyper carries for Echo side, right? You have to worry about the Xavier, you have to worry about the Joy, you have to worry about the Melissa. I mean, which one do you go to? As long as they don't overlap the position, you have to find the most important one. I think at this point right now, it is going to be Benny QT.
Yeah, it's, I mean, you have a really big decision here to make on who you're going to focus if you're ONIC Esports here. And especially if Sands can get that Divine Judgment. They're going to force Echo back off this Lord the best they can, but Carl TZ still going to continue it. They're going to look for the advantage the way they can. Also, Sanford, keep an eye on him, making his way down to the Lord fight. He'll conceal play going to come out. Keyboy going to get caught with the Divine Judgment. Can he get away from there? Tyrant's Rage comes out. Keyboy's still going to be alive. Carl TZ falls into the foot. Mystic Field comes out, Dawning Light, they get the flicker, but look at Sanford! Under the turret he goes! Still looking for another kill! ONIC Esports shutting him down! Paying the price! But Benny Cutie's still here. Boots in a bad position, but Echo's gonna call it off for now.
Oh, Keyboy's still alive. My God. Okay, 2 for 1 trade. It works out for ONIC, but I think now is the right time to talk about battle spell economy right now, because that's the only difference maker for ONIC to be able to get in and out of fights consistently. Without their battle spells, they can't really force outplays. They cannot really get as much value as they want to out of their Wild Charge or even the Tyrant's Rage. Here we go. Another potential fight here, but this Lord is so very important to break even for both sides.
Oh, Echo right now maintaining about 2,000 to 3,000 gold lead. At 30 minutes into the game, that's almost nothing. You're absolutely right about the battle spells. For Echo, they still maintain a lot of flicker. I see 2 flicker with Retry. Meanwhile, for ONIC Esports, they're down to 1, and that's on Boots alone, right? If he's able to find a flank, oh, here we go. Speaking of flank,
Sanford gonna start it up again. Yawi gonna go in. He grabs the target. Kyrie still able to get out here. Lord still done. Keyboy finds Yawi. Carl TZ gets the retribution up. And Benny Cutie gonna be able to unleash here. It's a double for now. Echo Philippines still gonna look for another. Mystic Field comes out. The Dawning Light finding 2. Sanford pressing the situation. Kyrie, the outplay comes out. It's Sandy that falls.
Oh, that has got to feel so bad for Sanford. He popped the Vengeance, he had everything, but the damage was just way too much. Sans, please don't die here. Okay, he's still alive, but it's terrible.
Oh! Benny Cutie!
Okay, is he okay? Are we good now?
He's all right.
All right. My blood pressure isn't, though.
oh my God, what a back and forth game so far. The team fight, just when you think it's going to lean towards one side, it turns around and lean towards the other side. I mean, at this point, like, I don't even know. ONIC can still have a chance because their mechanic is so good. You see the dive that's now come from Sanford. I really thought Sanford was going to get to the backline and kill Sans along with Kyrie, but that's not what happened. They turned it around.
Can I just say, Melissa's having an amazing debut here in M4, and that's what we're seeing. You know, Sans able to get that Divine Judgment. That could be crucial for them. They got to be careful here how they juggle this Lord around, protecting the top side here. Seal play is committed. ONIC Esports still going to hold on just fine for now. Sanford trying to clear at that mid lane. ONIC Esports still able to hold the high ground for now. Everybody getting in position here. The first one to pull the trigger, it's ONIC Philippines that backs off.
All right, if we're looking at the total gold between both of these teams, even though Echo has a 3.1k gold lead, if we're talking about power spikes here, ONIC, their core members should have the right items. We're looking, yes, Ludox, 4 items already completed. Yep. We're looking at Granger, expected to have 4 items, no problem. Same goes for the Valentina, but on the opposite end, we're seeing that even Xavier, he's ready to party now. He's scaled and almost maxed out his items.
I do want to point out, Melissa have Athena Shield. You know, this is going to be really, really good to not die in one shot. As long as this guy doesn't die in one shot from the Ruby DD combo from CW, he's going to turn around with Inspire, right? You know how much lifesteal he's going to get just by activating the auto attack.
Well, that's what I mean. Echo Philippines doing such a good job at allowing BennyQt not to even be in that position, right? Sanji using the Mystic Field if he has to. A lot of times, even Yawi, if he's not initiating, he's peeling there for them. And of course, you have that double, pretty much CC coming out from Carl TZ here. So ONIC Esports, slowly but surely, they can find those weaknesses in Echo Philippines lineup. But I feel like at this point, every time it's going to come down to those Lord fights.
Absolutely, and I think that's why ONIC is playing really passively here. They're not trying to make active plays because they know how valuable their battle spells are, and considering their items, they know that they're pretty much even with Echo, and Echo might have a slight advantage in situational items, but as long as BennyQt goes down, they've got a huge advantage.
Yeah, I also want to point out Kyrie's item. This guy built 2 tank items, right? He has Brute Force Breastplate. He's going for Athena Shield as well. I mean, he doesn't have that much damage. He only have 3 damage items completely. Now, that means with the beefy frontline like Fredrin, like Kanja, it's going to be kind of hard. We already seen how much Sanji's doing with Xavier, with the Downing Light combo. It's absurd at this point, and Granger is going to be hard to walk up. Vision comes out. It seems like this might be a Lord they want to steal or just give it away to Echo. Here we go.
They're going to come out with the conceal play. Lord going to be half health here. Trying to get a position the best they can. Keyboy going to charge up. Might look for that wide bush. Dawning Light comes out, chunks a few members down. Here comes the call from Sanford. Going to push them back here. Lord just going to go in the hands of Carl TZ. But ONIC Esports decides it's better to just defend.
I think that was a good idea too. 3 of their members, man, Sanji's damage is not to be messed with right now, but I think ONIC understand that even if the Lord starts pushing in, it does mean that Echo kind of have to clump up together, which is something that ONIC is looking to make a play off of, because the Lord side, they only saw 2 members physically visible, but the rest disappearing. So that's not the situation they're looking for. They have to find the right puzzle pieces if they want to make it click.
But it seems like this is now Echo's game to lose, right? They up 5,000 gold. The wave is beautifully synced. Now Lord coming in. There are a lot of skills being used mid lane. And here comes a dash. Here comes a dive.
Lord's gonna go ahead and do work there. Yawi gonna flicker in. He's gonna try to get boots down. Keyboy there to help him out, able to survive for now. ONIC Esports trying to do their best to hold on here the best they can. Carl TZ gonna escape the base. They don't want to get pulled either, as you mentioned, Dave. Echo Philippines, they gotta be careful. It is a 5K gold lead, but the wrong move could turn this game around.
It could absolutely turn it around, and I think ONIC, they understand it. They've got a decent amount of wave clear all across the board, and I think especially coming back to the item build that Dave was mentioning about Kyrie building a little bit more defensively rather than hyper-aggressive, he understands that his damage overall isn't going to matter physically against these tanks. Wait, the conceal play, this might be it.
Conceal play coming again. Keyboy, does he commit? Not just yet. They get the flicker out from CW. There's the Dawning Light. Sandforce Immortality's going to be popped. Can they grab the kill? Kyrie able to secure one himself. Carl TZ can't get the Appraiser's Wrath. Yawi quite low. It's going to be an Immortality for an Immortality. He's in trouble as Keyboy falls here. Kyrie, though, waiting there. Yawi's Immortality is popped. CW able to clean up the kill, but it's a bad news for him as he falls in the bush. It's an even trade.
Honestly, even though that CW died there, making it a 2-for-2 isn't so bad when you're the team behind. However, we're kind of maxed out on gold here. It's not a matter of who's got the better economy, it's who can execute a cleaner play.
Now, I gotta say, one more time, Kyrie's damage is falling off, right? Usually Granger is supposed to skill harder and harder in the late game, but just now you saw he did a full skill 1 damage onto the Fredrin.
Yeah.
And it almost did no damage, right?
Tickled him.
Yeah, just tickled him a little bit. I mean, at this point, you got to be worried about who's going to be the main damage. You even protect Kyrie. Is it worse to protect Kyrie at this point?
I think it's well, I think Kyrie is a little more self-sufficient, and I think
Yeah.
his ultimate is a really useful tool. Let's think of it as utility rather than hard damage at this point, because now they just need to slow them down enough to chase them so that Boots could look for an engage. Sands might be able to get multiple people, but the most ideal one is the Rule BDD combo coming up from CW.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what I love? Honestly, it's too late for this, but if Boots had the weapon mastery on the Grok, because really, I mean, he hasn't been able to utilize the high-end drive.
True.
And I feel like, he's picked up those items on that Grok, but still, you kind of lose out on picking that high-end drive instead of having a weapon mastery here. But still, T-Boy going to go find Sanford here. It's another Lord Dance. As Carl Teasy going to go ahead and start it up. ONIC Esports getting in position here. Notice the positioning as well for Yawi. Might be looking for a pick. Sands does not have that Divine Judgment just yet. He's looking for Yawi as well. Carl TZ keeping it in this area for Echo Philippines. There's Yawi. He's going to pull Boots. Do they engage on this? Carl TZ gets the knockup. Boots goes in on charge, but Sanji falls. CW grab the kill. Pops the Winter Truncheon, but going to fall from Yawi as well. Keyboy reinitiating, but he has to flicker out. Carl TZ gonna force Kyrie back here. Now it's Keyboy in trouble. He goes low, can't get away as Sanford grabs a kill.
I mean, this is a double core we're talking about. Xavier is a core. Yes, you can kill Xavier, but what about Benny QT? Right, the Melissa, most scariest person on the map right now. That person's untouched. This two never overlap the position. That means there's only one person CW can kill, right? At this point, it's so hard, even if he gets on Benny QT, because the Athena shield is making it impossible to kill as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, at this point, this is looking increasingly bad for the side of ONIC Esports.
For sure. I think ONIC have a really tough road ahead of them. I feel like Echo has some good protocols, and I think, teams especially need to understand, or maybe even learn from this game, from Echo specifically, the positioning that they have around these lords. It feels like you cannot fail.
I mean, at this point, we've seen this a couple of times now. ONIC Esports going to have to do the defense game for this Lord marching up top, and every time it's going to give it a little bit harder and harder. And really, I mean, if even the previous fight, Sands, again, was not able to have that Divine Judgment, and that is the key ultimate that he wants to take here, because then at least you can be the one to initiate these fights, especially in the defense of this base. Now ONIC Esports, once again, it's a dire situation for them here. Echo Philippines going to work on this mid turret for now. That's the pull. Keyboy's in trouble. Has the immortality for now. Going to be popped. But he's going to go down here just now. Wild Charge did come out. Another falls. Dawning Light's going to come out. They have to work on the Lord. Echo Philippines working on the Crystal. Another falls here. And that's going to be it as Echo Philippines draws first blood in the series.
GG, well played. Echo take game number 1, and the Filipino fans here at M4 are going wild. But this is only the first of the best of 5. Things could easily change, and we have to take a breather for a moment here. Really think about this for a moment, because this technically was the inevitable outcome if it stretched out for this long.
Oh my God, what a game 1.
Game 1.
And we're all predicting this might go to full 5 best out of 5 games, right?
I hope it does.
I hope it does too, because this is too good of a gameplay. I have never seen team fight like this, right? Just when you think one side is winning, and then all of a sudden, no, you're completely proven wrong. And here we go, the game highlights.
I gotta say, man, I hope the rest of the series is like this. It was a nail biter between these two teams, and you just saw, like you said, Gideon, at some point, it's more so just about the battle spell economy, those micro decisions and those team fights, the skirmishes, especially the Lord fights, and whoever comes out with an advantage there is going to win those fights. And still, I mean, ONIC Esports had a great draft. It's just unfortunate that they weren't able to pull off those micro decisions to win those team fights.
No, absolutely. I think it's rather crazy that they were able to pull off some of these moves at all. Like, I mean, if it wasn't for tournament rooms, we wouldn't see this level of gameplay. We're playing on regular rank mode. My ping would be too high to catch someone off just like that. But guys, you know what time it is. It's going to be trying to beat the current record of 34 here. Production ready, because this one's going to be fast. Let's do this. M4 Battle Night goes live this January 21st, so expect loads of events and rewards up for grabs in the game. First off, complete battles tasks in the game on January 21st to get a skin code of your choice. You can choose the skin you like the most from the chest aside from the battle bonus that awaits you on the same day. Play matches and you'll get Team Star Protection for 3 matches, double Star Rising points, double Protection points, double EXP, and double BP for 5 matches. We are not stopping there. Free access to all heroes and loads of epic skins will also be available that very day, so save the date, log into the game on January 21st, enjoy the match, and win tons of rewards. Let's all celebrate the M4 championship together, including your friends.
Almost.
I knew that I couldn't make it. I was running out of breath towards the last part, but maybe. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Dad. But maybe I'll break it next time. I gotta wipe my monitor with all that spit. But with that being said, how are we gonna? I don't know how the analysts are gonna break this game, so I'm gonna leave it up to you boys. Please take it away at the analyst stand.
Honestly, that was pretty impressive, Gideon. I can almost last that long. And yes, welcome to the analyst stand with me, LaFell, Leo, as well as Trex, where the Orcas open up game 1 with a victory. Leo, initial thoughts?
I think Echo is onto something new. They've shown us bits and pieces of the past 6 months of the metagame, revived them, they debuted the Melissa, and they've shown us a new way to do the Lord's Dance.
I mean, I think in the draft, everything that Echo had was just built to punish what ONIC brought there. And from there on, they were just able to clean up throughout the game.
Actually, let's talk about the draft, because Echo, I kind of like the draft. But the thing is, I kind of feel like you really need specific players to really unleash the full potential of the draft, because Sanford on that Joy has to be like an absolute monster, because Joy coming in, disturbing the backline, giving a lot of space for the Melissa, for the Xavier, because again, Xavier as well as Frederick, a lot of chaos at the front, and then a lot of AoE damage coming in from Melissa as well as Xavier.
That's the genius of one half of the San duo. He built here a hybrid Joy, and this is my favorite kind of Joy personally, is because he's able to just go into the backline, ruin the backline heavy draft that ONIC has put onto the board for Echo to deal with, and the rest is left to, again, Yaoi and Carl Teasy to peel for Benny Cutie. Oh Lord, Benny Cutie, 904, this is the best I've seen him all week so far.
Another thing to point out is with Sanji and then Sanford, you have this decent amount of magic damage, right? But then you have Benny Cutie that comes in towards the end, and it forces ONIC to choose in that early game to mid to late how they want to build. And in the end, Echo was able to take advantage of that. Benny Cutie going 9-0-4 that game. I think the Melissa pick was just, it was clutch. It was extremely clutch.
Yeah, with that being said, we got to look at the post-game stats, looking at the damage numbers, because again, I can't wait to go to the highlights, because there's a lot to say in terms of the movements coming in from Echo as well as ONIC. But now, looking at the post-game stats, where the rich guy is Benny QD, but the carry is Sanji. And we don't always say this, but Carl Teasy, he's neither the rich guy or the carry, he's the forgotten one.
Carl Teasy has grown so much from becoming the M2 Grand Finalist MVP to now maining these tank junglers. Again, he's a little bit like Mobazane in that sense. So, again, very impressive. But something to note here, look at the teamfight participation of the members of Echo, right? They're all relatively in the same level. They're employing their own version of the Ube. It's the purple Ube, the Orca Ube.
The Orca Ube. They're moving as a pod. They're moving as a pod, as a unit, and
is that the plural of like orcas?
Yes.
Oh, really?
A pod of orcas.
Yes,
a group of orcas.
I'm writing that down.
And they're hunting down the porcupines right now.
Hedgehogs.
Hedgehogs.
I mean, potato, tomato, tomato. You know, I'm colorblind. I can't tell hedgehog and porcupine. But okay, we're gonna look at the MVP quickly after this. But after that, I really want to talk about the rotations, because Echo, quite cleverly, because they understand how ONIC Esports wants to move all around the map. But now, we got to talk about the MVP for this game, where we got to see among the 5 Orcas, who's the one Orca that really stands out above the rest, or swims faster. It is Sanford, 4, 4, and 10, creating absolute chaos in the back lines.
This is the example of a set-up type of MVP. The way that Sanford finds the angle into the back line and just ruins the plans of the, I'd say, range-oriented lineup of ONIC. Again, it's very clear that they want to have a good setup, a good amount of peel. Keyboy, and Boots. But the way that Sanford just goes ahead and finds CW, finds Kyrie, it's just impossible. So that's what his joy here bought for Echo.
Yeah, and I mean, once the Grok engages, once the Kufra engages, then the back line is left alone, and Sanford is able to just give Kyrie and everyone so many problems now. Taking a look at this heat map.
Yeah, looking at the heat map, from 5 minutes all the way to 10 minutes, if my memory serves me correctly, this is a time where Echo, they started moving a little bit more aggressive against ONIC, because in the early stages of the game, we're looking at Echo. It's almost like they have all the bushes unlocked, because they know exactly where ONIC is moving around, because the first 2 to 4 minutes, honestly, it's on the hunt. ONIC is looking for Echo, but no one is to be seen.
And that's the genius of the communications of Echo. Folks watching at home and even here in the stadium, I suggest you guys check out their content on social media, because they actually release the way that they communicate, the way they talk to each other. And yeah, you won't really see them checking bushes the old-fashioned way. It's because they're helping each other by each taking parts of the map and deducing who's where and doing what.
And now taking a look at some of these fights, towards the very beginning, there was kind of that clock on the Granger, and this is the point where we start to see Echo take the advantage in these team fights. And no matter how hard Kyrie carries this game, it's just not enough. He gets a couple shots, he gets one, but every time Echo gets a few more. And this is where Yawi is able to just punish those dives. The go away, punish those dives, and it just was the code to get through ONIC here.
Yeah, it looks like in this first game in this entire series, Echo has an advantage in terms of having the map completely open to them, because based on what you said, based on deductions, if I can't see you here, then option A and B. But when everyone is giving all the options, okay, they're not at A, they're not at B, then deducing is probably at C. So here, it's very interesting where you open up the map even when you don't see anything.
And that's exactly what was employed here by Echo. Via the genius and guidance of Coach Treb and Coach Tic Tac, Sanford helped do that exactly, even in team fights.
Well, what I can see in the near future is the casters taking the stage.
It seems your predictions are right, analysts at the stand. Thank you so much, Trex LaFell, as well as Leo, for breaking it down. And now we have a little bit of a better idea as we continue on the story for this best of 5. My name is Gideon Q. This is Naisuin, as well as Assassin Dave. 2 men in bow ties and 1 to tie us together. But for the time being, I'm not trying to go for a world record until later today. But the M4 pass is now available, so please collect all active tasks and you'll reach level 75 at ease and for free. So log in now. Exclusive rewards like the Beatrix Light Chaser, Beatrix Stellar Brilliance, as well as the M4 Beatrix figurine on our table are awaiting you. So use the hashtag Mobile Legends Bang Bang, the hashtag MLBBM4, hashtag Dare to Be Great, because this game is not over just yet. With Echo with 1 point so far, ONIC looking to catch back up to their predecessors. Now, for the time being, I think LaFell brought up a really good point overall, right? Just having a composition that allows you to be flexible, but not only that, having someone to be able to kind of run on in for free and then get back out for free. Does that change the draft for this upcoming game?
It might, I think, especially for Joy, right? This character is drastically underlooked. A lot of times you think it can be easily countered, but we've seen now with Joy on the EXP lane how much threat it has to any hyper carries. If you're not playing Assassin, if you're playing any type of marksman, this character will go to you and use the ultimate, and you will do no damage, and if you do damage, you will kill yourself. It's one of those things that you just don't want to do.
Yeah, I don't think you do, right? But no, jokes aside, it's true, right? Joy is, I think it was you, Gideon, that said Joy is basically like a mosquito. It's one of those heroes that just darts right for the back. Actually, sometimes it's even the front line, back line, whichever, pops the vengeance, and it's just all over the place. And then you can't actually kill her, and even if you do, you've been whittled down, especially when she has the items she needs. And then by that time, the cleanup crew comes in, right? So I feel like at the same time, if you're ONIC Esports, the Granger, it could be a good choice. But like Dave put it, late game, where is that? You know, you don't have the damage that you want that you had early game. That's why he got the first blood, right? Kyrie was able to secure that. But late game, scaling potential, highly in favor of Echo Philippines last draft.
For sure. And I think, you know, again, that's when the battle spells start start really making the difference here. I think we'll see a very different game if all of Echo decided, you know what, I don't want to have the flicker anymore. I want to go for sprint, which makes you have to preemptively figure out when the opponent is going to go for that engagement. And looking at the hero recap, Sanji, again, absolute beast. Taking a flicker, again, for a Xavier can go both ways because you don't have that kite ability, but if you dodge that first initial engage, it works out so good for you later on.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can take a look at the damage from both Benny QT and Sanji, right? They're probably the highest damage dealing in the entire game. Actually, with the exception of CW, he's doing his best, but it's just not going to be enough because there are two core heroes that you have to kill. And when we talk about that's a dilemma last game that he was just debating which one do I do, which one do I kill. He did his best. He got a kill on Sanji, but Benny QT is alive, or maybe he got a threat on Benny QT, but Sanji is still there. And you see how much poke he can do with the Dawning Light.
I wonder if this debut of Melissa,
yeah,
we'll see her more, as the last couple days here in M4 tournament happens, because that was, if maybe one of the best debuts for a hero. I mean, at least especially in the marksman role, that gold lane role, and no deaths. It's really quite the show here, and it makes you also think, again, when there's so many bans focused on a marksman hero, now you have this other option that available, right? You can play around that. You can play around the ultimate, especially that, which we saw in action, even with a wild charge came in from Boots, and it worked so well for them.
Yeah, I mean, those interactions, just the understanding of the abilities in the game makes all the difference, right? You want to use every micro mechanic that you possibly do, but I also feel like Melissa kind of suits Benny QT with his overall playstyle, right? I wouldn't be too surprised if he ends up, going for another backdoor with Melissa. Like, it feels so viable because he always waits for the right time to jump on in. So things that come into mind. Carry, he's already done it. Melissa, he's already done it. Claude, which is a really big one, has the most impact.
Now, I gotta say, this also, when you talk about playstyle, this also talk about how deep the hero pool really is for all these characters, for all these players, right? Now, even Sanford surprised me on the Joy, because usually I want to see...
Yutong?
I didn't expect the Joy coming out and being so fluid on the control, able to dive in, pop the vengeance at the right time. With that being said, we're going to walk into the second game, then draft.
All right, here we go. They've already got a couple of bans. Kadita is already gone. Fanny's already gone. Echo banning those out straight away. Joy as well as Wan coming out from ONIC with a follow-up of Glue from Echo.
So ONIC Esports decides to stay, on the red side, right? They want those two picks that they can really round out with their draft. They're going to be willing to give up that priority over to Echo Philippines here. And, honestly, Carry's still on the table unless it's banned out here, and we could possibly see them go towards that if it is open, but still, it leaves a lot on the table here for ONIC Esports to pick up.
I think now is a good time to really talk about the way coaches think about drafts, right? Because it's not just about your team, you're thinking about a way to compromise a particular player here on the side of Echo. And let's find out what that's going to be. Oh, pretty wide open as they get rid of the Fredrin with first pick, probably what I think is going to be Carry already locked in. That does mean that Yves is open.
Also, Kaja is open as well. There are a lot of really powerful characters that can be taken out right now. If they don't take it, I think Echo's going to take advantage of that and just grab it right to their own pocket. So this might just be the Kaja and Yves. Let's see. But with that being said, Boots does have a quota. I often scrim against Sanford. He's really good, especially when using his power heroes. That's his plus. But I can beat him if I use my own power heroes too.
I mean, I don't know, man. When we're talking about power heroes, that could mean a lot of things. For all we know, it could be like, an Argus versus Aldous matchup in the EXP lane. I would love to see them 1v1 one day. But now there's 4 other people who would be like, guys, let's not throw this. Let's focus. It's a team effort. Cho, Yuzong.
That's power.
That's power.
That's power
is
heroes.
the Stanford standard right there.
Also, Yaoi standard right there, right? This is the challenge. Every team play against Echo, they will have to ban. But yet, it's going to be light out. Oh,
that's
Hayabusa.
power heroes. We can say that every time something comes up. That's a power hero right there. That's going in the hands of Kyrie here. And you're going to see, this is, honestly, I feel like this is what people want to see when ONIC Esports plays.
For sure. They want to have their own flavors. They are known for particular heroes, and they want to abuse that as much as they can. Now, coming back down to the second part of the draft, we're already seeing Valentina Wow, they are fast. They are beating my speedrun record for ad-libs. Valentina's already gone. Harith is already gone. Do they want to get rid of the Lunox? No, Aramis. So they're leaving the Lunox up potentially to throw into the gold lane. This could be good or bad for multiple reasons. Claude gone from the side of Echo.
That's a very interesting draft right there, because I expected like a Grok ban. Now, if this is not banned, this might be one of those things you just take out really easily. Grok right now, for ONIC Esports, they don't need to pick it right now. They don't have to rush for it, right? Because this is a character that you can really take it out and one-shot carry. Now, carry is a character, if you give him like 2 seconds, he'll kill anyone you want. But if you just qual control him from beginning to end, he's really squishy.
Well, I'm wondering...
To be fair, anybody can be crowd controlled to the very end here, but I think I think the important part is whether or not you have magic damage, and I feel that is the way to deal with the Lapu because of the Winds of Nature being such an easy item to get. And now Lapu, he's going to feel like a threat, but if you layer it right, again, very ultimate reliant coming in from ONIC.
Wondering what ONIC Esports will lock in for their gold lane, right? What if they decided to just go ahead and go with Melissa here? But I don't know if they would really want to do that against the carry. But there's a lot on the table here, options available. Echo Philippines, though, they're going to lock in the Kufra this time and also complement it with that Farsa pick.
Honestly, I would have said yes to Melissa until I saw Farsa get locked in, and then it's like, okay, maybe not a good idea.
A Dome of Death.
But gentlemen, we do have a Chao jungle here, like CarTZ. It's going to be not assassin gameplay, it's more of a, a tank Chao jungle kind of gameplay again.
Hey, you don't know that. It could be like Kufra EXP, like Yutong in the jungle, for all we know. We're not 100% sure about that one. I'm sweating already, man. Oh, God, this is going to be interesting. But ONIC, I think they're going to land on this Lunox at the end of the day, and that's something that, Echo is extremely comfortable. No! Sorry, I was wrong. Moskov once more.
Well,
all I can say is, what the hell?
This is the second time we are seeing Moskov hit the Land of Dawn here at M4. I'm very worried for it. Yes, it can scale really well, and I honestly, when we jump into game, we gotta talk about this matchup in lane and how they're gonna shape that team fight a little bit more, because this will be an interesting concept, especially since there's ways to dodge the Spirit of Destruction as well as getting pushed back and knocked into your team. But again, it's a Moskov. Not very often do we see it hit the Land of Dawn for a very solid reason.
Moscow into the late game. And Moscow, by the way, have a lot of utility to push the Kufra away. I think that's one of the reasons why they pick Moscow. First, you can rival someone like Carry late game, right? One-on-one wise, Moscow is a beast late game. Second of all, it's not a character that can be easily dove. With that being said, we're walking to the game.
5 seconds.
All right, let's jump right into this, boys and girls. Game number 2 is about to begin as we hit the Land of Dawn. It's going to be Echo versus ONIC.
Well, already. That aggression early on, Sanji going to have to back off here. But still, I mean, kind of what we expect. Now, my biggest question for you here, Dave, is how do you think that matchup in the jungle?
The matchup in the jungle, it's Chao versus Hayabusa, right? Hayabusa is not going to kill a Chao. At the same time, Chao is going to be kind of hard to kill Hayabusa, right? If Hayabusa didn't want to kill. I don't think Hayabusa is going to target a Chao, neither Chao probably going to target a Hayabusa in the team fight. Most of the time, we're probably going to expect Kyrie onto the goal lane, try to target a Benny QT, because that's what Haya does best. Even at the EXP lane, if you trade on the side lane with a Haya jungle, you're actually going to be losing, because Haya, now with a losing HP silent, can come to either side and take a free kill.
Okay, so what does that mean? Like, if we're talking about resources in ONIC's particular position, are they just going to keep focusing the gold lane? Because I do feel like at the end of the day, mid lane control is going to be key for both sides.
Yeah, here we go on the bottom side. A little bit of trade already.
Oh, Kyrie did. Okay, he didn't have the level 4, unfortunately. Uses the shadow kill on the minion. I think he thought he would have it, and the timing would have been perfect, but unfortunately, it just didn't work out for him.
Literally 0.5 second difference there. A literal 0.5 second difference. But so far, just a lot of engagements on that bottom side, and Benny QT kind of struggling in this lane.
No, I gotta say, in the early game, you saw how much support Yaoi is giving to the bottom side. Make sure Benny QT have an easy time, because they expected Hayabusa to gank the bottom lane, right? And sure enough, Hayabusa came to the goal lane, visited, unfortunately, a little bit of misplay there and have to dash away. But dude, this already shows you how much focus will be put on the bottom lane. First turtle coming up, and it seems like Team ONIC is making a setup.
They are just mirroring each other really, really well. A lot of pressure on that top side, but Turtle's being taken by Call TZ. I'm not sure they're going to do anything about it.
Yep, Black Dragon form committed. Real world manipulation 2. There's Farson with the feathered airstrike, and Kyrie sweeps in, takes the turtle from the hands of Carl Teasy. There's the way of the dragon. They're going to be looking for Keyboy. They push him back further. Flickers out. Keyboy survives. Oh my goodness! Never mind. Yowie with a play.
First blood going over to Echo. I felt like ONIC kind of did Keyboy dirty there. If I was in Kyrie's position, I'm screaming at Keyboy, I'm sorry, brother. You got to pull him away from that turtle. And that's exactly what he did. Yo, CW. Yo, CW, calm down. Let's not get into trades without mana here.
Oh my god, what an interesting trade over there on the top side. I actually thought Keyboy would get away there, you know, but beautiful play from Yowie. Despite the respect that Keyboy give to Yowie in the beginning when we read the quote, it doesn't matter. You know, on the battlefield, it's going to be serious gaming.
Not only that, but the fact that Kyrie went in and took that turtle from the hands of Carl Teasy, this is kind of what you can expect when the Hayabusa is played. There to go, Carl Teasy with the Wave. The Dragon will be looking for a kill here. Sanji going to be in trouble too. Keyboy still quite low. Yowie falls. Do they chase in? Sands though. Betty Cutie's there. He's going to be unleashing. The damage is there as Sands now falls into the river.
I hate it. I hate it when Betty Cutie does that. It feels like he's baiting his team out, and then all of a sudden it's like, don't worry, I'll get the gold back. I'll make it worth your time. Wow. I always do it. But Betty Cutie currently ranked first in terms of KDA. Man's got 10.4 KDA. How does he do it?
10 kills per game, right? That's what KDA means, right? That's the ratio. This guy, I mean, if you get 2 deaths, that means you're getting like, what, 20 kills that game? I mean, this is M4 stats right here. It's not even real. Speaking of not real, bottom side.
Might be charging up once again. Yowie gonna find Keyboy. Can't get the stun that we was looking for. You're gonna have to back off for now. Also, Sands making his way to the bottom lane. They might be looking for a play here if they can, but Echo Philippines gonna know what's up. They try to retreat here. They know Keyboy might be looking for that divine judgment. They're gonna go ahead and give up part of the turret here. He's gonna get stunned. Yowie could be in trouble. Still gonna focus on it. CW looking to get the turret. If they hold on for it now. Spirit not gonna connect here. Yowie now charging up, but the way of the dragon, Kyrie took the turtle again. But eventually goes down, is punished, and on the bottom side, Benny Cutie and Yowie in trouble. It's CW with a massive play, and Yowie can't get away from that. As ONIC Esports grabs multiple wins cross map. Still gonna be working. Here's Carl Teasy, CW bobbing and weaving. Carl Teasy taking 2 more, gets stunned. What a play from CW.
He's so nuts. He's so hot right now. What an adjustment from hitting Benny QT to switching targets to know that it'll penetrate him perfectly through Yowie to kill Benny QT, outplaying Carl TZ. What more can you say about CW? What an absolute beast.
What an absolute beat. This must be a Moscow dream, a paradise. I mean, like, you don't expect Moscow to do this well. I think this is the second time Moscow got ever picked on the M4 stage, and it did so well, and such a brilliant pick, because we talk about it's the only character that can rival carry in the late game, and it do so well against all the engages coming out from the side of Echo. Now, this character already has so much items. Look at CW, right? He's at 202, and if this scales even further, it's going to be so scary for carry. Let's take a look. Kyrie is ranked first in gold per minute with 773 gold.
Just massive achievements here for ONIC Esports members. Like you mentioned, scary for carry, but hold on, it could be scary for Sanford. He goes in! Sanji able to get CW, but Sanford will go down in the jungle. Kyrie's still on the hunt, but can't find Sanji. Yowie gonna jump in. Do they engage? Keyboy looking for a divine judgment play, but can't find it. They call it off.
I'm interesting. I'm surprised Keyboy didn't want to go for the counter engage here, but look at the side lanes right now. Kyrie already has the first initial push, so I'm guessing that they wanted to get a turret off of this. If not, I would have been I don't know. I can't say for sure that they can get the kill onto Yowie there, and there is still flicker from Keyboy, but I doubt the damage was there, so hopefully we'll see something else.
Go ahead and pull Carl Teasy here, looking for the kill. He's gonna get out with the Jikundo. Able to survive for now. Turtle is up here. It's gonna be crucial how they do this. Everybody having the ultimates here. Sanford does not have that Black Dragon form. He's gotta be careful. The initiation isn't gonna be there. They're gonna buy some more time. Right now, both pushing and pulling. Kyrie just gonna go grab his buff.
All right, so they go for the reset here. Oh man, I really need to know what Sans has in terms of items. How much damage does he really have? And it's only 7 minutes into the game, 20,000 overall team goals. So I'm assuming that it's 1 item and 1.5 items here. Just an estimate. Just an estimate.
Here we go. Another 5-on-5 at the turtle.
Right now, half health. Carl TZ trying to get in range. Got to get the vision. There's the Black Dragon form. Sans responds with the rear world manipulation. Yaoi goes in. They find Sans. Kyrie on the backside. Carl TZ quite low. CW finding Carl TZ. It is another turtle secured. Yaoi has to get out. Kyrie looking for another as he finds Sanford.
Wow. Oh, wow. CW, I don't know what to tell you. CW is making Moskov look more and more meta. The more games he plays on it, the longer this game goes. Just pull up the highlight reel. It's CW's game right now.
Now, what's the talking point today? We had versatility versus volatility, right?
Yep.
I mean, look at this. We have Melissa today. We have Moskov today. We have so many different characters showing up that usually doesn't show up today. Oh, here we go, Keyboy.
You're going to go ahead and pull Carl TZ here, but he's quite tanky himself. Not going to go down just yet. ONIC Esports though, but look at the bottom side. Kyrie, 1 versus 2. Make it 3 as Sanji's there. He's going to be taken down as Sanji grabs the kill.
But at what cost? That's what I like to say it, right? And I think it's worth it, because if you shut down Benny Cutie's farm, stop him more and more, it's only going to make CW farm more. Speaking of that,
CW trying to unleash here. Carl TZ going to be in trouble. Way the Dragon's trying to disengage. Can't find the kill as he falls. Sanford could be in trouble too, but Sanji helping him disengage. Gets the stun off, and still ONIC Esports pressing every part of the map here.
Wow, I don't know. CW's micro mechanics are kind of discussing that Spirit of Destruction has a slight bit of a slow, and that was more than enough to slow down Carl TZ so he couldn't close that distance and hit with that third hit of the Jeet Kune Do. But well done all across the board. ONIC is feeling it right now, and if they keep up this momentum, Echo is not going to be able to recover.
oh, look at the Moscow attack speed. This guy's been in full attack speed at this point, right? With Inspire?
Yeah.
Dude, by the way, for those who did not know, Moscow got a buff where now the penetration is 100% damage, right? And an all-proc attack effect. So basically, if Carrie stands in the back, he doesn't have to target your back line. He has to target your front line. If anyone stands close to their front line, it's going to die. And in this case, you have a front line. You have a Chow, who is kind of like a Fraudulent in a sense, right? You have a Yu Jones coming in. So this is just one of the brilliant picks, and now it's only getting scarier as ONIC scales into the late game.
I mean, not only talking about scaling, but the fact that Kyrie is 3 levels ahead of Carl TZ right now. It is, I mean, you're wondering, was this Cho jungle pick the best decision? And now it's Echo Philippines going to try to push ONIC Esports off this Lord. But they know what's going on here. Look at that, the flicker did come in. They find Metacutie, but he's able to survive for now. Sanford with a massive setup and play on the backside. They're still working for it. Boots there to help out. Looking for a kill himself. Kyrie, though, gets kicked away from Carl TZ. Goes back for the shadow kill. Can he get the kill? Kyrie making things turn around. But now he's the focus as Sanji takes out Kyrie. Another trade, but this time in favor of Echo.
Oh man, Sanford survives 1 HP literally, but now Sanji is kind of left out in the open here. Keyboy and Sans respecting Yaoi and Benny QT. Nicely done.
Oh, wow. Trading skills here. Now, I do want to point out, CW get caught in that situation, right? This is not...
I just saw the spear fly around.
Yeah, same. You scared me a little. Actually, I got scared, a little bit there. But back to what I was saying, yeah, CW, he got caught out a little bit just now, right?
Yep.
You have to be more careful with his positioning. Yes, Kyrie can find the assassination, but Echo's tightening up their rotation at this point, right? It's a late game team fight. As the main damage source, CW will have to wait Yu Zhong's position, right? Where Yu Zhong is. Because if Yu Zhong expend the ultimate, the Black Dragon form, the Dark Dragon form, he's done. Then you can jump in and do the damage. Before that, if he shows anywhere, that can spell doom for the side of ONIC, right? It's really the time to stay patient and stay calm.
I want to dive a little bit more into this because, again, if we're talking about Sanford, I think the one ability that pulls it all together is this Petrify, and ONIC need to be extremely aware of this, but let's see, Yaoi.
Yaoi going to go in, finding the mark that he's looking for. Boots getting punished here. And again, the strength of this Kufra pick, you can't hear him in the bush.
Late game carry. That's what we're talking about. This is actually the Valley Game & Watch, right?
Yeah.
You just can't ignore the carry damage late game. Here we go. The lore fight. This is a 5v4 now with Hayabusa making his way into
Yeah.
team
Oh,
fight.
the conceal play gonna come in.
we
They
go.
find the divine judgment. Sanford, he's solo. Finally gonna take it out.
Let's go.
CW unleashing. Can't get the immortality. Gonna miss the spear. But Keyboy falls. Another trade. ONIC Esports still holding on for this Lord.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe Echo is slowly just playing this war of attrition, etching
my
back
goodness.
at it. CW, this is so dangerous.
He's got to be careful here. Sanji there, going to get spotted out. Lord going to go ahead and reset for now, but just look at CW. The attack speed, the damage is massive. Carl, TZ's got to respect it too. CW's got to be careful on his positioning. They also need to wait for Keyboy to make his way here. We're back to the stalemate for this Lord.
I mean, 12 minutes into the game. This is right now the battle for marksman, to be honest, right? Like, if whoever dies first, whichever marksman dies first on each side, it's going to have a huge disadvantage. Now, CW just now and Carry both stay alive. That's why the team fight never ended. It kind of ended, but also never ended, right? Because nobody want to go in anymore because they know how scary the marksman can be. And they're probably sitting at equalized farm right now. So it all depends on who engaged better and who's positioned better. Speaking of position, here we go. Another skirmish coming up.
Well, they're going to be hunting still for CW here. They got the vision they needed.
Oh!
Claw's also picked up by CW. Looking to get that sustain, but still, I think both teams waiting for the first misstep here as Kyrie went back to the base.
Yeah, but I think this Lord is going to fall into the hands of Echo right now. I mean, Hayabusa has to go down bot side. They're going to lose a tier 2, so Echo is just putting them in a stranglehold right now. And if they get their hand, oh no, Yaoi.
Yaoi, conceal play gonna come out, looking for
Oh!
2! They get a massive setup here on the backside of the Lord. And Sanford causing chaos, now gonna be focusing on Sands. Kyrie still waiting patiently, might try to steal the Lord here. Carl TZ knows he's there. They're gonna press him back, has the shadow kill and retreat. And this is looking like an Echo Philippines Lord.
Boots, what are
there's
you doing, my
Strike.
guy?
Gonna come down, Boots still trying to make something out of nothing. Gets Benny Cutie, but he goes down, but they're falling to the backside. Kyrie finds another. And now Carl TZ gonna get cut off here. Sanji there as well. Sands and Kyrie. The flicker's gonna come out, way of the dragon to follow. Kyrie, can he look for Carl TZ as he does?
The spear!
And the spear's gonna miss. And now Sanji, wings by wings out. Sands still looking for him, but can't catch him. What a massive turnaround for ONIC Esports. Keyboy. Oh, the Winter Truncheon. But still comes in looking for the last one, the shutdown.
I can't deal with this right now. The foresight of these teams. ONIC, despite getting caught out first, despite giving the Lord over to Echo, they thought their plan out even past the death timer. This is insane. It's so scrappy from both sides, but just how the players from ONIC are playing in tandem individually with some of the members, it's just ridiculous.
We're taking a look at the items here, right? 2 marksmen that both attack speed marksmen, building almost exactly the same with the exception of Hasclaw. But look at the jungle differential here. You know, the Hayabusa is sitting at 10,000 gold compared to a 7,000 gold Chow. I mean, legit at this point, Carl TZ has about the same farm as Yaoi. You know, and that's not really a good sign.
That's not a good sign, Dave. You know? I mean, it's a struggle. That's what we're seeing. This is why I questioned this when we jumped into this game. You know, the 2 jungle matchups here, how would that evolve throughout the game here? And yes, you have a disengaged tool. You also have an engaged tool in Carl TZ. But we are seeing some amazing decisions come out from every member of ONIC Esports, and those are the things that are falling into place for them, turning these fights that look like a disadvantage into an advantage.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, despite the fact that Carl TZ was behind for a majority of this game, his one goal is to make sure that Kyrie as well as CW have the most difficult time to play the game. Oh, the Way of the Dragon is such a game changer, similar to the Divine Judgment. So right now, it really comes down to battle spell economy once again.
Your favorite.
Yeah, man, we're in a recession right now, so it's kind of rough. I mean, it's rough all across the board, but now that we're stabilized and both sides have really started to reset, they're starting to think a little bit further. How do I bait out a spell, or how am I going to change, not change, but condition my opponent in terms of the way that I use my combinations of abilities?
Oh my god, what a stalemate at this point. Even though Echo being pressured all the way to the high ground base, but look at the total gold. There's not too much gold differential, right? I mean, it just shows you probably the gold that's missing on Carl TT is going more to Sanji, going to the mid lane. He's getting a lot of farming, 6, 1, and 5. The next lore comes up. This is the lore that determines who will win the game in a lot of ways, right? Unless a lot of people die, but it seems like at this point ONIC is already set up, and they need this win because they need the morale boost to go into the next game. Because if Echo get this is match point, and it seems like Kyle TZ is going to be the first one who make a move.
Well, we're back to the Lord dance here, gentlemen. And they're going to go ahead and try to get the position. Carl TZ is still going to work on it for now, but look at the positioning of the members of ONIC Esports. Kyrie also doesn't want to overcommit to this either, trying to get that advantage. Keep an eye on Keyboy. Conceal play going to come out here. Looking on the backside. Yaoi and Benny Cutie waiting patiently. They get the Winter Truncheon out. The Flicker too. Feathered Airstrike. They're going to get sandwiched in. CW is in a massive display here. He goes down. He's out of position. It's a double for Benny Cutie. And that's already the advantage Echo Philippines needs for this evolved Lord. ONIC Esports with a massive blunder.
What can I say about Sanji's mechanic? This guy's a reflex god, right? Twice in a row, he Winter Truncheon, I-frame the Flicker ultimate from Kaja. I mean, what else do you want from a mid laner, right? When you dodge the most important ultimate in the entire game with a single button, you are a god, and that's what Sanji is in this game.
Look, I don't know, but this game is making me drink my water with my pinky up because it's so high class, it's so refined.
Every single decision, I mean, you're seeing it real time. How precise the flickers are, the initiations, it's just all falling into place here. But with that Lord secured by Echo Philippines, ONIC Esports is going to have to be on the defense once again in this game number 2.
Don't you wish to have a mid laner like Sanji in your ranked games?
Oh yeah, that's me, dude.
That's literally him. That's literally Naisu
On
playing
Gord.
True, but just now the play from ONIC INDO was actually really good, right? The conceal play, going to the back line, getting Sanji first, take away the threat from Moscow. But unfortunately, they did not expect the mechanic. You know, the micro comes in.
You find the lockdown in Carl TZ, but they're going to lose the tier 2 here. They've got to deal with this Lord. I'm watching on the bottom side. Feathered Airstrike going to come down. The Sands looking for a moment to set up here with that real world manipulation, but they can't find it just yet. CW and Boots working on the Lord. They lose the turret. Echo Philippines happy with that. Kyrie, though, keep an eye on him as well. Pushing those lanes, cutting those lanes the best he can. Carl TZ on the hunt, though. Not going to let him invade any longer.
No.
Wait, he's not out of the waters yet.
Go!
Oh, no!
The Jukes coming out, the Retribution though, they're going to be looking for him. The Shadow Kill comes out, he's got no backup just yet. Kyrie the bomb, the weave! How does he escape? The Divine Judgment going to come down, but Yaoi with a set, and Kyrie goes back. Able to grab a kill, everybody's low. Massive play from Kyrie. ONIC Esports, how is he doing it? Kyrie, the master.
Dave, look at me, man. This is, what can you say about, there is no need for analysis. Kyrie just showed off why he deserves to be the best in the world, and they're going for more.
Sanji gonna win their Truncheon, but it's 3 members. You can't escape that, Sanji. He's still there. His immortality gonna be popped, but at what cost? As he's a killing spree for Sands, and that's it. It's a wipeout. ONIC Esports marching to the crystal, and they even the series in a 1-1.
Wow.
Oh my god.
What a finish. What an incredible finish coming out from ONIC. GG, well played. I'm so lost for words. How did he do it?
Dude, I was a loss for words in play-by-play because of that play. And I couldn't help but just yell with you guys and the crowd.
Yeah, there's not too much analysis. You pointed out Gideon perfectly. There's no analysis, it's just one-man mechanics, right? This guy was just a pure god. He's out of this world. He jumps in. I couldn't even see where his shadow was, right?
Yeah.
You kind of get an idea. I thought he lost all his shadows. And the next thing you know, he's come back one-shotting the carry. What is going on? We need to slow down the recap.
Look at him.
On the last play.
Look, he look at his face. He literally has no expression. He knew he was going to outplay that up to the very end where the pressure finally releases out of him when he made such a killer move. Oh my goodness. Kyrie, what a guy. Can you imagine I played a game with him as well? This is ridiculous.
I was in the elevator with him once.
Yep, that's true.
Hey, I was in the buffet with him once.
There you go.
Oh my goodness. It is, we are in the presence of greatness here. Truly unbelievable. You guys know what time it is. Let's see how fast we can do it. Keep up production because it's going to be quick. M4 Pass is now available. Complete all active tasks. You'll reach level 75 at ease for free. Log in now. Exclusive rewards like Beatrix, Light Chaser, Beatrix, Stellar Brilliance, and M4 Beatrix figurines are awaiting you with the hashtags Mobile Legends Bang Bang LMLBB M4. Dare to be great. M4 Battle Night goes live this January 21st. Expect loads of events and rewards up for grabs in game. First off, complete battle task in the game on January 21st to get a skin choice chest. You can choose the skin you like the most from that chest. Aside from that, battle points await from you on that same day. So play matches and you'll get team star protection for 3 matches, double star raising points, double protection points, double EXP, and double BP for 5 matches. We're not stopping there. Free access to all heroes and loads of epic skins will be also available that very day. Save the date, log into the game on January 21st, enjoy the matches, and win tons of rewards. Let's all celebrate the M4 Championship together, including with your friends. That was probably the worst one I've done so far. That was the longest one, but unfortunate. Maybe I'll get it next time.
It's understandable, okay? Everybody after that kind of Hayabusa gameplay, you gotta be shocked in your way.
I'm happy to exist in the same space as this man right now. So high class. Let's break down the high class with the analyst stand. Please take it away.
What was that game? Oh my God, Gideon, I agree with you. We don't need an analyst for this one. That was amazing. Like, CW on the Moscow, Kyrie on the Hayabusa.
Kyrie.
Haji with the Farsa Kid with the truncheoning.
Haji wasn't in that game.
Sorry, Sanji. Dude, like, see how hyped I am? Like, that was such an amazing game. I didn't even think about analysis. By the way, Lapel, Leo as well strikes, by the way.
I'm at the point wherein some decisions were made, mistakes, Sinayan, but again, I think the last 10 to 15 seconds of that match was where it all just came down.
I mean, honestly, the last half of that game, just pure mechanics. From the Winter Truncheon, stopping the Divine Judgment time after time, and then the mechanics of Kyrie went out, finding that kill on Benny Cutie. I'm just, yes.
Dude, I just need the medic, man. But yeah, let's look at the heroes. Let's look at the items. But I gotta be honest with you guys, I kind of don't feel like we gotta talk about the items because, like my good friend Leo once said, you need to know the rules to break the rules. And I kind of feel like every single player here completely understands the heroes, where it's like, this is the limit, I'm gonna push way above that.
And that's exactly what ONIC Esports did, right?
Echo as well, honestly.
Yeah. Up until they, again, found their rules stretched to a limit, that's where Echo found a comeback in the mid-game, right? But again, I think Echo got a little loose with that, and that's what allowed Kyrie almost single-handedly to change the fate of the Hedgehogs.
Yeah, it took Echo a little bit of time in the beginning, and we were all wondering how that CW versus Benny Cutie was going to go in the early stages. Obviously, it looked like Moskov came out on top, but as it creeped forward, Benny Cutie had to stay in the bottom. I remember watching the game, and we're wondering, where's Benny Cutie at? It was a 4v5 on, I think, the third turtle, but Benny Cutie just needed to buy more time to farm, and that's when it started to shift into the hands of Echo.
I don't know about the two of you, but I had a blast watching CW piloting the Moscow, but now we gotta look at the post-game stats where the rich guy, Kyrie, somehow he still maintains the highest gold per minute, and the carry, Sans, 78,000 damage unleashed onto Echo, and he's also the forgotten one.
Two things I think I have to say Kyrie so far is the best Hayabusa at M4, no doubt, because of what happened, what transpired that turned this game around. Number two, Sans, this 90% kill participation, Eve just set up a box that was so hard for Echo to break. It took them, what, again, 2 or 3 team fights to figure out the solution to, again, first take down CW and then take out Sans, but him alone as a forgotten one in the carry, made this battle mage build of the Eve all the more just relentless to make Echo's day worse.
I feel like another unspoken hero here, though, Boots, man. I know his teamfight participation isn't huge, but when they were on the back foot in there, he came in very clutch to even out the playing field in a lot of those big fights.
Yes, that,
Pinkies
as
up.
Gideon said, is a very high-class game. We're holding our mics with our pinkies up. And after this, I almost don't care, but I kind of feel like it's got to be Kyrie, right? The MVP for the game. And again, it's like showing this is what you think you could do with the hero, but I'm going to do a little bit more than that. With that being said, let's look at the MVP for this game. An amazing game from Kyrie. Hearing the crowd roar. I don't know, man. Like, how is it even possible that the Hayabusa can be played like this?
Raja Langit.
Raja Langit.
I thought Hayabusas fell off after a certain point. You know, I was always under the impression it was like, you got a time ticker on, but he just makes it work from start to finish. Definitely an unbelievable performance.
I don't know, man. I've seen him so many times in the fight. I kind of felt like he died more than 3 times, but I guess I was wrong. He only died 3 times because, again, looking at all 5 players, the way that they play, we got to look at the heat map because Kyrie, it's going to be very interesting how he moves around the map with this Hayabusa maintaining the highest goal in the game from the first 5 seconds all the way to 5 minutes and 5 seconds.
I think what we're seeing on the heat map, what we can read from this, is his build up towards becoming the ultimate Terminator, right? Again, 8, 3, and 6. Into the late game, you don't expect that kind of burst coming from Hayabusa, again, being an assassin. But what this shows is Kyrie understands where he needs to be, what he needs to do to be able to get to certain points, even when their backs are against the wall.
Yeah, very, very objective base. They did a wonderful job at making sure they secured those neutral objectives. Even when they were falling behind a bit, Kyrie was able to secure the objectives. Not a whole lot we go. I feel like it was just very, very straightforward. Nothing too crazy there.
Well, we're going to look at the highlights. And ladies and gentlemen, let me just tell you, seeing that game, I feel very insecure about my own abilities. But let's look at the highlight where Echo going up against ONIC. There's a lot of back and forth where, again, ONIC Esports, especially the way that CW is playing this game, it's almost like he's throwing caution to the wind. If I can do anything, I'm just going to dash in front and I'm going to try to get kills.
Yep, he just presses 2 buttons, inspire and attack.
Yeah, and I still hear my voice, so it's all good. ONIC Esports in this game, I kind of feel like the way that Kyrie is playing, he really understands how much seconds he can buy with his quad shadow because he's playing aggressively, but at the same time, he is very, very patient finding those opportunities.
That was the defining moment right there. That right there, I mean.
I'm looking at how big the gap was between that last shadow and where Kyrie was. He must have, what, an extra hand to be able to check that part of the map.
Yeah, I mean, did he know? I mean, he had to have known Benny Cutie was there, right? And just Benny Cutie not really thinking about it, not noticing that that shadow's there, not prepared for it, and
I'm just imagining, right? Like what kind of hands
His
you
nose.
have to be able to walk a certain direction and check if Benny Cutie is at your shadow, unless, again, they're also just shot calling that much, and we can only imagine. We can only at least just think.
I think they're using their pinkies as
their
well.
pinkies up.
It's like 10
Classy.
fingers gaming. Like, again, like the game was amazing, right? I feel everyone here in the audience feels like that's like the max. But now, here's the thing. I kind of feel like we got to throw over to Mara and Clara where they got a special guest that they'll be talking to. Pinkies up.
We just keep on breaking records for the M4 World Championship. We have a viewer of 4,268,018 views.
Empat juta penonton untuk pemecah rekor hari ini. Dan bahkan belum grand final. Luar biasa.
And so we're going to give you this redeemable code. So go ahead, we're going to show it to you on screen. 5 codes just for you. Make sure you type it all out, you memorize it so you get special treats from Moonton. And here with us are the players of Occupy Thrones. We have in here Leo, Mario, Maro, and Gado.
Gado.
Okay.
Are you Gado? Are you the food?
Let us know who you're rooting for, who you think is gonna win. You go first, Leo.
ONIC.
ONIC. Maro.
ONIC.
ONIC. Gado.
I stand for the Valley.
You stand for
wait
the
a
Valley.
second.
Okay, the Valley.
Between
But
ONIC and Echo.
they said the Valley. But what about the one playing
Yes.
today?
Yeah, I'm going for Echo.
Okay, you're going for Echo.
Dua jawaban yang berbeda.
Okay,
ONIC,
two
ONIC
versus
dan
one.
Echo.
Okay, are you guys sure you're teammates? You're not voting for the same team? Now, why? Why do you think ONIC is gonna win? You first, Leo.
Because of Kyrie.
Because of Kyrie. Because of?
They have Kyrie.
Because of Kyrie.
Oh,
Okay,
gara-gara
that's the
ada
key.
Kyrie. Okay, kuncinya.
Maro.
They really understand each other.
They really understand each other. And how about for you? Why do you think it's gonna be Echo?
The synergy between them, it's like such a great synergy actually. They are doing such a great job in this tournament. Yeah, I think they're gonna be the champions of this M4.
Oke,
Alright.
tapi Maro sama Gado-Gado punya jawaban yang berbeda ya. Kalau dari pandangan Gado-Gado, itu karena memang Eko punya sinergi yang bagus. Tapi Maro juga bilang kalau dari ONIC Esports mereka benar-benar solid dan super strong. But how about this match? They got 1-1. But how about next? What gonna they pick later? Because we already been shocked with the heroes coming up from them. There's Moscow. There's Melissa. What other heroes that can be popped up by the two of them?
Yeah,
You
what are
can
you expecting?
expect anything from both teams. They are using strange heroes and weird, actually. Yeah, but they're doing well with using them. So you can expect anything.
Anything, bisa semua hero dipakai sama mereka karena mereka benar-benar pakai hero-hero yang unik-unik banget untuk kedua tim ini.
Now, if you were playing right now, pick two players in each team that you would find very troublesome. That's gonna give a lot of problem. Leo.
Kyrie and CW and Echo, Benny Cutie and
Benny
Sanji.
Cutie. And Sanji, that's right, Benny Cutie. Earlier, gave Melissa. What about for you?
The same. The Kyrie and Keyboy. And for Echo, I would say Benny Cutie.
Benny Cutie, the typhoon, the storm Benny Cutie. Two players that's very troublesome if you were to play against them now.
Sanji and Kyrie.
Sanji and Kyrie.
Wow, ini adalah player-player yang benar-benar dinotis banget oleh player dari Occupatrons. But maybe we can do some of the scores. Can you guess how gonna be the score is?
In the best of 5.
Yeah, this is best of 5. This is 1-1.
I think maybe it would be 3-2 for Echo.
3-2 for Echo.
3-2 for ONIC.
Whoa.
3-1 all.
3-2, 3-2, 3-1. What we're gonna find out. We gotta break this tie and go to game number 3. Casters, Lasso.
Thank you so much, Mara, as well as Clara, up by and pumping up the audience and getting some insight coming in from the representatives all the way from me to Occupy Thrones for this game. And again, it's I had to calm down from that one. You know, I asked for an ice pack. They brought me 3, and I'm like, I need more because that was such a hot game so far.
Dave had a whole meal.
Yeah.
Dave had a literal whole meal.
Yeah.
If not, we would not have the energy to be here today. My name is Gideon Q in case you guys are just tuning in. This is Naisu and as well as Assassin Dave. And before we go any further, you guys know what's about to happen because the M4 pass is now available. Complete all active tasking. You'll reach level 75 at EaseM for free login now. Exclusive rewards like the Beatrix Light Chaser, Beatrix Stellar Brilliance, and M4 figurines are awaiting you. So use the hashtags at Mobile Legends Bang Bang, MLBB M4, Dare to be great. And don't forget about the M4 Battle Night, which goes live this January 21st. So expect loads of events and rewards for ups for grabs in this game. First off, complete battle task in the game on January 21st to get a skin choice chest. You can choose the skin you like the most from the chest, and aside from that, battle bonus awaits you on the same day. So you can play the matches, so you'll get team star protection for 3 matches, double rising star points, double protection points, double EXP, and double BP for 5 matches because we are not stopping there because free access to all heroes and loads of epic skins will be available that very day. So save that date, log into the game on January 21st and enjoy the match and win tons of rewards. Let's celebrate the M4 Championship together, including with your friends. This is just the practice, you know, practice for the world record next time. Because I need to see this game right now, and I want to talk about expectations after such high-class performance in Games 1 and especially Game number 2.
I think they put it well, out there in the crowd. I don't think you can there's no way to tell exactly what to expect because again, we saw Melissa, we saw Moskov now. What other surprises are there from either of these teams?
Okay, I'm going to go ask the real nerd here. What are your expectations? I'm expecting some better answer than I didn't expect that.
Dude. Tonight, you might even get to see Terizla, to be honest. We haven't seen that character. It's been used a lot in scrims. It has worlds going around. It's a character that's best counter glue, which is the monster in the current meta. And also Terizla, with the recent changes with how Flicker works, interact with the ultimate now, can set up really good engages. That might be something we expect today. Coming out, I also heard some marksmen like Brody. Probably we see Brody quite a bit already. He counters a lot of marksmen in the lane because it's a lane bully. At the same time, he can be the strong laner that transitions into the late game and do a lot of AoE burst damage.
And that's why the smartest people wear bow ties on the desk.
We go.
It's time to jump right on into the drafting phase. But let's tie this all up as we get ready for game number 3 of the drafting phase. ONIC Esports up against Echo. Let's see what they banned.
Well, I mean...
Oh, already.
Okay, there we go. We're loaded in. They're already out here, right?
They're
Look at
fast.
that. Echo Philippines, still on the blue side. They're going to take out the 3 assassins.
Yep, the Ling, the Haya, the Fanny. I mean, Lancelot's left, right? There's not too much left.
Even Kyrie's laughing. He's like, all right.
All right. Let's see what he's going to play then, right? Because again, major assassins kind of taken out at this stage of the game. However, that's not exactly the only way. You're thinking of raw assassins. I'm thinking of Paquito full damage builds. I'm thinking about the Bruiser Fighter full out damage, all out snowball here. Whether or not it's going to be true, not 100% sure, but looking at the bans, Eve, Carry, and as well as Juan for the side of ONIC. First pick Fredrin for Echo.
Are we going to have a switch? Because so far we've seen ONIC has been playing on the ONIC side, we've seen more of the tank jungle, right? But now, are we going to have Echo playing the tank jungle? Because we're already seeing Karo TZ picking up the Fredrin coming out.
Well, I think that's such a big flex, right? With it being locked in first pick, you don't really know exactly where it's going. That's the big strength there. Because still, I mean, even Glue is available. You still have the highly contested mid lane. You have Farsa. We've seen a lot of Farsa. Eve's already taken out here. So, I mean, with the Fredrin locked in, you have that flexibility, but I feel like even on the backside for ONIC Esports, they're going to lock into flexibility picks themselves. There's the Glue.
Oh, Glue Monster. I want to correct myself there. I actually reversed the team name there. But for sure, coming out, nice pick on Kaja and Glue. Now, for Glue to counter Glue, there are quite a bit of options. You can take out Uranus, and I mentioned Terizla. We just talked about it. This might be something that I could consider right now.
Well, it depends on what kind of aspect of Glue you want to counter, right? Because even when we're talking about, yes, Terizla being countered in lane against someone like the Glue, in terms of impact, it could be very different things. Glue still can displace you, and that's why we're seeing people picking Benedetta, for an example, to force priority. Yes, I can't beat you in lane, but I can definitely cut off your backline and hit multiple peoples with my wide range, and especially with Petrify and the way that it interacts with the Electro Final Blow. Oh boy, did I just see that correctly? Okay, all right. Thank goodness. I definitely thought it looked a little different there. Farmis and as well as Cho locked in for Echo.
Are we going to see a Beatrix pick? Because with Kaja, once you get the hook, what's more important is the burst damage that comes out, right? When the Divine Judgment's ready. Now, there are not too many marksmen, or should I say burst damage ready. When you come from Mage, we're talking about Lunox. When you come from Marksman, we're talking about Beatrix, Carry, those kind of characters. Now, Carry being already banned, the next best option is Beatrix. If it's not picked here, I think Echo might just ban it away in the next round.
Yeah, I think you can go ahead and do that. Because again, if you lock in the Lunox pick, we've seen that so much, that interaction between Kaja and Lunox. But I do want to pick the smart guy's brains here, right? The Faramis. What do you guys feel about the Faramis, Gideon? I mean, we've seen it work really successfully, and then other times it kind of falls short.
Yeah, it really depends because, Valentina. Now, it really depends because Faramis is one of those heroes where it's like, yes, if you're winning, you are winning hard. If you are losing, it doesn't necessarily save you from a dying situation. You can even say that, Diggy kind of fulfills that role as well, but works both ways. But let's look at this quote coming in from Yaoi. ONIC Esports is stronger than RRQ. I don't know when they got this quote, but...
I was going to say,
it's got to be, I don't know. It's pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean, that's quick. When did they get that from Yaoi? But
Yeah.
It's Inception, you know, they just stole the idea right from his head, put it right down. We know what he wanted to say to begin with. But now we see the second half of the ban phase. The Joy was something that I wanted to bring up earlier. Why wasn't it picked earlier? Is there something that they are afraid of or maybe are a little hesitant as Harith gets banned out by Echo?
Now, Joy is a character that you cannot take out very easily, especially when Kaja is available. And then there are actually so many counters. Talking about Luna being one of them, Carrie being one of them. Carrie got banned. There are also options kind of like Franco. You know, Franco is a character that we kind of largely ignored in this entire series so far. But now with Chao coming out, I don't expect this time Chao to be jungle. You know, I really don't. I mean, I think it's going to be Yaoi Chao.
Yeah, you think Fredrin's going in the hands of Carl Tizzy possibly here.
Yeah.
Right? But I got to say, too, when was the last time we saw Valentina and Faramis? I mean, maybe once or twice in the tournament, but this was something that we saw a lot back in even the MPL regions and other tournaments early on into the season, where it was constantly Faramis and Valentina before they kind of got those, minor nerfs for both of them. But they're still highly contested because now, not only for ONIC Esports do you have an immediate Divine Judgment where you can lash down a target, but Valentina as well, if you can steal that Cult Altar, you extend those team fights, even more.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, it's one of those situations whereby you're hoping that the second half of the draft, especially when we're talking about AoE damage, you want to kind of hold back for that. And especially when you're looking at things like Cho, you're already seeing hey, they've got Fredrin as well to peel you off. Therefore, you're kind of, de-incentivized to not pick it up. And they've already got their mid lane duo, so therefore it's kind of on Echo to predetermine that.
Now, the thing about Faramis and Valentina picking this particular game is really smart. First, from Echo side, Faramis straight up counters Glue. Right? We talk about the one-shot potential it has once Glue uses the split, and on top of it, Faramis is really powerful in the early game phases, right? Talk about wave clear along with Chao. Now, Valentina can copy the ultimate, but the early game is not that great. And here we go. We have the Barats coming out. This might be a Barat jungle, but at this point, I don't know. Anything can be flex.
Wait, let me think about this for a second. I'm thinking about this for a second. I'm looking at the lane matchup, potential lane matchups. Is there any real advantage if they put Dairoth into the EXP lane? I'm thinking he's up against Glue, so then it's kind of a 50-50, but regardless, Glue can not interact with him at the same time, so I think it probably is going into the jungle, but that could just be the Malaysian bias. I've seen way too many Dairoth jungles back in MPLMY.
I mean, technically, it's, you could flex it, right? You could flex that, but on the other side, ONIC Esports being very, where all these are going. This last pick, wow. Oh, the Leslie.
Oh. Oof. It makes sense. Leslie does do really well with tanky characters, especially like Fredrin. When carry is taken away, when there's not so much true damage available to shred a tanky front line, Leslie does it, right? Leslie, probably 3 shots of Fredrin late game, but it has to get there. Now, that's a true test for this side, for this draft. Can they get to the late game, leveraging, knowing that early game Faramis is going to dominate mid lane, and they're going to skill better?
Is this the 4-item marksman, or is it a 2-items marksman video?
Well, in this particular case here, I would say it really depends on the situation. I would say Leslie is going to be a 4-item marksman. That's when you feel like, wow, one hit really hurts. I got to back off. I might even need to reset if the crit is too high.
Yeah, absolutely. And Leslie is not a character we've seen often on M4 stage, but sometimes it takes out, it's really smart. We've seen it in scrims where you take Leslie to go against carry, because that's also really good opponents, right, for Leslie. But here we go, as we come into next game.
All right, welcome to the land of Dawn, everybody. This is game number 3, ONIC Esports up against Echo. Let's get right into it.
CW showing us something different every game, right? We've seen the Moscow, we've seen the Melissa, right? Now we've seen Leslie.
I did say early on, if you're holding on to anything, now is the best time to just pull it out in this series. Yeah. You add that uniqueness, that flavor here from something that we really haven't seen much of so far in this M4 tournament. And previous game they made it work for them. Boots though now has the help of Sands. They do get the flicker in. Sanford not going to be able to get to the Terra 5. First blood over the hands of Boots.
Well done. Really smart play here, and I think this is a huge mistake coming in from Sanford specifically. He should have known better. Why would Glue suddenly walk into the left rush and not back in, especially when he has flicker as well? There's just no reason. He should have expected the mid lane to start coming, and I'm pretty sure that Sanji did comment that there is somebody missing in the mid lane.
M4 stats, ONIC is ranked first in assists per game with 39.8.
What?
That is insane.
That is insane. 40 assists per game?
now my OCD is kind of like itching right now. Just make it 40. Why would you put the 0.8 there? Just make it 40, man.
How is that even calculated? Does it combine everybody's assists?
It would definitely combine everybody's assists as a team, but now we see why Baras is being so very annoying here, working similarly to Cartesi on this Fredrin. Sam should technically be okay here, but yeah, they're invading every move we see coming out from Echo. ONIC has a very smart response.
Yeah, I mean, and not only that, but you see a lot of this pressure on this side. Turtle's going to be up in a couple seconds here. But by that time, you have all these ultimates online. Sands does have that Cult Altar, so he's going to hold on to that here. But, man, if anything, we've seen how much of a nuisance a Barrett's jungle can be here, especially that front line presence. As already, they're trying to go contest this. Yawi going to go in here. Gets the way of the dragon. There's the Cult Altar to respond. Carlt's able to secure the turtle. Cult Altar committed. They're still going to find it out. Looking for the kill as Kyrie falls. Sanford going in with the strike. Able to find Sands. 2 down. Looking for more. Double kill for Sanji. Make it a triple.
Beautiful. Beautifully done. And, you know, Sanford, even though he was about to lose his lane, got a little bit of help to hit that level 4 and immediately making all that difference. It feels like whoever makes that first move is, especially when you're copying, expect 2 call altars from either side. Whoever pops it first is going to lose.
Oh my god, I gotta say, Echo's draft and their strategy is so good coming to this game. You have Dairos that can destroy tanks, and they force Kyrie into a tank character. First of all, that's not something Kyrie's known for, right? They ban away every single assassin available, and force him onto a Baras, and pick the Dairos. On top of it, it's a Yaoi differential, right? Yaoi comes in with a kick onto the Dairos, a full combo, full dive. That was incredible. 4-0 clean sweep and the turtle. Let's talk about ambulance. Here we go.
They're going to go ahead and find Yawi. They're going to use a lot here. Divine Judgment and the Daytona's welcome. Yawi can't escape that one. Now they're going to focus on the Betty Cutie. Terrified comes out. ONIC Esports able to grab 2 kills top side.
I'm not going to lie, a bit disrespectful that Keyboy took that kill from CW. He definitely would have preferred it, but I don't think this is the end of the engagement. Okay, it is, but 40 seconds on the clock until we see the next turtle come. CW, now that he is ahead in the lane against Betty QT, it's going to be really tough for Betty QT to keep on laning against him. It's just a losing battle.
Oh my god, the early game. Oh, Sands!
No. They get the Cult Altar out here. Razor's Wrath going to be committed. But as you were saying, Dave.
Yeah, I was about to say the early game, despite how much ONIC just won on the top side, they're still behind from 1 play on the bottom side, right, on the turtle fight. Just to show you that the early game advantage, the team fight Echo setting up. Talking about team fight, here we go, top side.
Well, they get the flicker out, but they're going to sandwich in. There's the Cult Altar, the flicker in. CW can't escape that one. Yaoi picking up a kill himself. Now Keyboy going to be sandwiched as well. Still going to go in with the Divine Judgment. Sanji has to flicker out. Carl TZ still there on the front side. They disengage for now, and also even on the bottom side, they're going to be duking it out there. But the turtle is now up. Carl TZ looking to get an initiation here. Keyboy has to be careful. Daytona's welcome, gonna eat up Yaoi. Into the wall he goes. Can't get the kill though. Sands able to get the Cult Altar. They're gonna reset. Carl TZ goes and focuses on the turtle. ONIC Esports gotta be careful. Sands, the Cult Altar comes out. Flicker in, they get the kill for Sanford. Now Boots here. Turtle secured, still going on in the mid lane. And there you go, Echo Philippines still building on this lead.
Oh man, every time ONIC actually gets a profitable play, Echo makes sure that they stop that momentum instantaneously. They don't allow them to get even more gold than they should. And Echo now just pumping up the gas. They're making sure that ONIC cannot breathe. And this gold lane getting obliterated. CW is going to struggle to even walk up.
Look at the gold differential on the EXP lane right now. You know, you have Dairos sitting at 4,100 gold, about 1,100 gold ahead. I mean, this guy's going full penetration. Dairos already had penetration, but before that...
Keyboy gonna go in. They should be able to find Sanji. They do. Sands grabs the kill. It's a shutdown. That's gonna be a nice win for ONIC Esports, but can they still press the situation? They're gonna make their way to the top side. Yaoi gives the signal. Benny QD gonna back out here for now.
This is gonna be scary for Echo, right? I mean, like, the later it goes, Dairos is gonna do more damage with 1 burst. And it's going to be really good against the Cold Order if you copy that ultimate. Another skirmish in the mid lane.
Yeah, TZ should be okay. Terrifying. They just poke back and forth. Both teams going to respect here. Kyrie, again, quite tanky on this Barrett.
So far, I'm trying to figure out where exactly the focus is going to be for.
Well, the focus is going to be right here with Wave Dragon from Yaoi. CW CW gonna fall. Colt Holder comes down. They're still looking for Keyboy and Sans. They're in trouble. It's a double kill for the Storm as Sanji grabs another himself. 3 fall for ONIC Esports.
Man, I was about to talk about the focus coming in from ONIC, but Echo, it's a very clear plan for them. They just want to absolutely shut down this gold lane and make sure that CW will never be able to get to that late stage of the game. It will be ideally over before he even begins to start walking.
Are you not entertained by the Yaoi's Chow?
Yeah.
This is just build different gaming, right, on top side.
High energy gaming.
High energy gaming. This guy goes in, high energy, yells, "Yeehaw!" Blocking, what the, oh! You know, and everybody just fall. It's actually just build different gaming. Speaking of that,
Dave's been unleashed here, and now they get a punish. They're still looking for more. Kyrie is down. Turtle going to be secured by Carl TZ. Now the focus here in the mid side. They get the terrify. Sanji going to fall though. ONIC Esports trying to turn this moment around in the mid lane. Not going to be able to get anything else though. Keyboy does still have that Divine Judgment, but it's safer if they don't initiate.
All right, now I'm thinking, when exactly is ONIC Esports going to get that momentum back, right? I mean, yes, they're bleeding right now. Yes, they're trying to stop this momentum, but Echo is in full control. And I think, you know, number one, Samford is basically uncontested in the side lane. Nobody can really do anything about it. And ONIC now forcing themselves into a corner to make sure that CW could eventually carry the game. But I don't think that might not necessarily be the right play here.
And this goes back to what we talked about in the very beginning when Leslie got first drafted, right? We talk about this. This is a very item-dependent character. It needs like 4 items just to be relevant. And he's not getting there anytime soon, you know? At this rate where Echo is snowballing, especially with Yaoi's Chow, the engage is coming too fast. I mean, even with Kaja's hook, you feel like there's this lack of damage. Whoever he used Divine Judgment, there's not enough burst to get that one taken care of.
Well, they might be looking for a moment here as the conceal play comes out. Colt Holder, Yaoi with the way of the dragon. Look at the backside, looking for more. Sans in trouble here. CW trying to fire off on the backside. Carl TZ gonna get it eaten up here. It's Boots that falls though. Do they have enough damage? Yaoi has to flicker out. They're still looking. CW full health here. Still on the chase. Sanford quite low, but it's only Carl TZ who falls.
That's what you want to see coming up from ONIC Esports. They want to trade 50-50 at this stage of the game where the gold is relevant, and more so, they're actually at a deficit, which is way worse for Echo, who are supposed to be ahead and very clearly in the lead with their 5K gold lead.
And what a great job from ONIC Esports. Played it really slow and steady. At this point, just like you pointed out, Gideon, the trade is good for them, right? Especially any trade that doesn't involve CW. Give the CW the slow but sure steady accumulation into the late game. Let him have the item because he needs that. The entire team's damage is banking on this Leslie, and you cannot come any faster for him to get his item.
Conceal used again. Keyboy gonna have to find the right target with this Divine Judgment. Carl TZ, the front line here. Lord still gonna go ahead and reset. No one gonna commit just yet. But this is the disadvantage of ONIC Esports. They have no space to work with, no turrets down, as Echo Philippines has that advantage. And you can see them focusing more. Conceal gonna come out here. Looking at the moment. They get the Divine Judgment. Sanford in trouble. Immortality gonna be popped for now. Boots gonna fall though. Is Sanji able to grab the kill? CW still on the backside. Firing off, but it's just too much. Echo Philippines, look at Carl TZ. Appraiser's Wrath comes down. They're gonna zone them back. The flicker in. Sanji with the drag. Kyrie still up for now. But Benny Cutie with the killing spree going in, finding another as Keyboy falls.
No, CW couldn't get his ult on the right target. He could have gotten the kill off of Betty QT, or at the very least, force somebody to block it for him. But ONIC, man, what a trade that was. Unfortunately, not falling into their favor, guaranteeing that Echo is going to take this Lord, and now are looking to put that final nail in the coffin to get to that 10K goal lead.
To be honest, I mean, you got to give CW credit, right? Because at this point, there's so much dive. Just surviving takes a lot of effort, you know? And it's really hard. Everybody's falling, and CW able to survive. Let's take a look at his items right now. At least he got Endless Battle of Berserker free, but he's slowly working towards a BOD. It's getting close, but look at Claws. Already sitting at 9,000 gold, 2,000 gold ahead just from the marksman alone. And let's talk about mid lane as well, right? Promise is 2,000 gold ahead as well. This is getting scary every time Echo engages. They have the damage, they have the items to make it happen.
I mean, that's the thing. You can see this as they try to hold on to the tier 1. But the quick play from Yaoi again under the turret. Sanford on the backside going to get pulled with the Divine Judgment. Daytona's welcome as well. Blazing to it. Everything being thrown at ONIC Esports. The flicker again. down for ONIC Esports.
Oh man, Yaoi's so good on Cho. He's just too good. Get it out of here. Inhibitor falls. Next fight, they're gonna end it right here.
They're still going to be going here. Benikudi in the backside, just able to free hit. Keyboy in trouble, trying to buy time, but it's not going to be enough as Echo Philippines takes the match, taking game number 3.
GG, well played, Echo. What a game.
What a game that is. Holy, the execution was flawless, engagement decisive. They were on the mission. Every time Yaoi goes in, it's a devastation, a disaster for the other side. I just want to say, the Leslie pick, maybe we'll have to think about that for the next game.
Yeah. I mean, the idea just seems correct. All the moves that they did seem correct, but they just fell behind ever so slightly, and they could never recover from the damage with so much conviction, honestly, on that gold lane. You can't help but feel a little bad for CW.
I mean, master performance, like you mentioned, Yaoi especially. We know when he gets the Cho, what's going to happen, right? The plays are going to be made. And even at the end there, how many people did he hit with that knockup without even using the Way of the Dragon?
Yeah.
And like you guys mentioned too, this leaves to question that Leslie pick. You needed way more time. I think the last time item Dave pointed out was the BOD was almost there. But by that time, at 10K gold lead by the end, it was too late.
It was too late.
I mean, even with the 10K gold lead, we also have to talk about the fact that the laning phase wasn't exactly the best for CW as well, with a lot of, people getting these decent trades so far. But I don't know, maybe that's just me, maybe I'm just looking too far ahead into this. So let's throw it over to the people who know what they're talking about. Analysts, please, take it away.
We know what we're talking about, sure. I mean, sometimes I second guess myself. And that's a weird camera look, but yes. It's that one. All right. So, welcome to the Understand with me, LaFell, Trex, as well as Leo. And that was a very fast game where this time, Echo, they really put the tempo where they're just charging forward because looks like Sanford, he really hates armor, and Sanji really charges to the front to make sure that no one dies.
This is the trademark Faramis in mid. I think in MPL Philippines, he's the only one who really made this work, at least up until everybody started picking it up like, mid Faramis is pretty good. And so far, this is the fastest series this game. And something tells me both teams have gotten to know each other a little better.
Most definitely, but one of the people that was always part of that charge, Yaoi, on that show.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just finding those picks, finding those marks, and I think that was one of the deciding factors of making that game so fast.
We gotta look at the draft. We gotta look at the itemization because, again, what was the determining factor that Echo could be like, we're not gonna get punished, we're just gonna drive straight ahead, because CW on his signature pick, which is the Leslie, is incredibly strong. I feel like everyone can agree to that, but has one main flaw.
All right, what is that?
It's a little bit slow, especially.
It's a Leslie.
It's dude, Leslie's strong, okay? It's just that you need a lot of time.
Yeah.
And Echo, they didn't give it any time.
And it's not just a matter of time, it's also a matter of space, you see. Given that Echo was constantly charging forward and forward and forward, despite CW getting his power hero, TM, it just was too much for the ONIC Esports squad to deal with. We're looking at the stats this time around, and again, 11 minutes, 41 seconds, more than twice their health. It was so hard to come back after a certain point.
They didn't give a chance for Luminous Lord to actually show its face.
Nope.
Now, Trex, why are you a Leslie hater?
I mean,
what is it?
Lots of epic games in my past, lots of Leslie.
We all do.
Back when she wasn't that good, just, I'm sorry. But if we take a look at the CW to Benikudi, the gold lead was there. Benikudi able to outscale once again in that. But also, I want to kind of focus on Carl Teasy against Kyrie here. Kyrie not taking the assassin pick this time, but going with the Barats.
Okay, here's the thing. I want to be slightly more analytical here because ONIC, when they do draft a Leslie, is usually having a big wall in front of her. Now look at Echo and the items, because Sanford, as a Dyrov, just stretch armor, having 2 penetration items, and Sanji with the glowing wand, the way that they're drafting, having the Clot as well, a lot of DPS, it the draft, the items, it completely counters what ONIC wants to do.
If it went on maybe 4 or 5 minutes longer, we would have seen one more damage item or armor penetration from Sanford. Now, into the game stats, you see how Sanji is here for 100% of the 20 kills that Echo put on the board. He's not only just there for participation, he's actually dealing a lot of damage. So again, it's clear, Ghost Bursters, there's still that interaction between Glue and Faramis, but also you see how ONIC are clumping up to protect CW.
Most definitely. I mean, so you get that damage. You also get the sustainability. You get so much dive potential. And with that added on top of Sanford and Yaoi, I think it was just the perfect mixture to take down ONIC here.
Yeah, honestly, Sanji has been great. I'm going to keep saying that for a while, Leo, because, again, mistakes need to be improved. But speaking of which, this is one of the fastest games, I feel like even just today, where Echo really understood what ONIC is going to do before they did it. But we got to talk about the MVP, the person that really moved the sky, because above the sky, there's ONIC, but apparently above ONIC, there's Yaoi kicking everyone around, 80% kill participation.
This is a trademark pick for Yaoi, right? Just like how peanut butter goes with jelly, or how we want the room to be in a certain temperature. When Yaoi gets his hands on the Cho, great things happen.
And I think once he picked up that immortality, that's the thing that really helps him out even more. You already have so much mobility on the Cho, you have so much escapability on the Cho, but now with this you can be even more aggressive, even more slippery, even after death.
We're going to look at the heat map, but while we're looking, I need confirmation from you, Leo, because you know the players. So after this, just talk to Yaoi. Does he actually go yeehaw when he uses the Chow? I mean, I don't know, man. Assassin Dave.
That was a claim from Dave, yeah. I've listened to several of their comms. Can confirm he does not. He does not indeed go yeehaw, despite having started in the gold lane. Again, he babysat Benny Cutie for a bit, rotated towards the jungle, and then towards the turtle. Again, this is much like how the previous MVPs of the series have gone so far. They understood their role almost every single time, all the time, and which allowed their teams to just raise up in tempo all throughout and take the victory.
And you can even see a couple of those cuts into enemy territory there in that first 5 minutes, getting vision for his team, and now taking a look at some of these highlights.
Again, look at this. They're going for CW. It's like 4 people here. He's 100% wanting the farm. So they know exactly where they're going to be, and they just keep on charging and charging and charging. Now, the thing is, when Kyrie comes to defend, it really doesn't do much when Sanford is there ripping through any armor that the Barras just naturally has. And then Benny Cutie, I feel like even just with with the Demon Hunter story, it's like, I don't care. I'm charging forward, and I'm going to drop everyone low, and I'm going to drop everyone dead.
Yep, and against a team like Echo, you don't want to be on the defensive. You want to find a way to smash on through what they're putting on the table, and that's what happened in the games that ONIC have won so far, at least in the team fights that they have gotten the W for. But here, Yaoi was just cutting through the wall that was put up by ONIC, and that's what gave them the quick victory.
I mean, Yaoi, Benny, and Sanford cutting through that defense so well. And that's, I mean, like you said, fastest game this whole series. Didn't give ONIC any time to breathe. Didn't give CW any time to scale. Them focusing on that gold lane in the early phase. GG's.
Something we didn't touch as much, which is Kaja, where really needs someone to help burst down. And it looks like in the early stage of the game, no one to burst down. But we want to go down to the crowd because Mara and Clara are already ready to talk to someone special again. Please, have it your way.
We're here with the audience, and we got ex-pro players, Yuri Gaming, and Honda Beats coming all the way here from the Philippines. Now, we want to know, sinong pinakamalakas? Who's the
Si
strongest?
Sanji, kasi malupit mag-winter tronchon!
Sanji, Winter Truncheon! Honda Beast!
Yaoi kasi malapit sumipa.
Magaling. How does he kick? How? How?
Kabila,
Let's show it! Let's show it! Super fan, Manjin, OSX! Sino pinakamalakas?
Pilipinas lang malakas!
Oh, wait. I know that you guys have a dance for us, right?
Yes, I taught them to dance. tayo'y
Ocho, ocho. All right, let's show them. They have a marching band right there, so we need some energy up in here. When I say echo loud, you say echo proud. Echo loud. Echo proud. Echo loud. Echo proud. One more time. Echo loud. Echo proud. Final message to the players of ONIC. OSX.
If they have the beat, we have the moves.
Woo! We're gonna throw it to you, Clara, as we show you the moves. Ocho, 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 ocho. Clara, what you got? We're throwing. What time is it? It's ONIC time and go ONIC, of course. Indonesia, mana suaranya? Dukungan terus bergulir tentunya untuk Indonesia. ONIC lagi bermain dan gak cuma dari fans ONIC. Ada Sonic, ada juga Ayang Bebs, ada dari mantan juara juga, sang juara. Semuanya kumpul untuk ONIC Esports. Tapi kamu ngelihat Sans lagi bermain. Ada yang mau kamu sampaikan gak sih?
Ayang Sans, semangat ya. Ayo gacor dong. Jangan masa mau kalah. Ayo semangat Ayang Sans.
Sayang, semangat sayang. Udah disemangatin gitu. Tapi di sini kita juga ada sobat ONIC yang terus ngedukung. Gimana kamu ngeliat penampilan dari ONIC nih?
Mantap banget guys. Pokoknya tetap kayak konsisten terus bawa pulang piala M4-nya.
Dan memang dia bilang katanya, let's bring back the throne to Indonesia. After she said, sayang, babe, semangat, cheer up, but we have Iwan, anak emak. Mana tepuk tangan ini? Wan, gimana Wan ngeliat ini Wan? Match yang udah panas banget. Oh, boleh.
Wan, Eri semangat.
Salah, Gaby. Gak ada Ayang Gap. Gimana nih ngeliatnya?
Gila, match di M4 ini semuanya seru-seru banget. Ya, playernya juga entah kenapa makin jago ya. Kayak kalau aku main lagi kayaknya bisa jadi bot ya Jun ya.
Ya, enggak ya, berarti nggak main lagi. Tapi kamu bisa gak sih kasih mungkin semangat-semangat untuk ONIC Esports?
Buat ONIC Esports, semangat terus, jangan pernah mikirin lawan, tetap percaya diri, semangat terus. Dan Ayang Carry, semangat ya kamu. Muah.
Ayang Carry semangat, but one more. Satu kata untuk ONIC Esports.
Go ONIC!
One more, go ONIC!
Go ONIC! Go ONIC! Go ONIC!
Go ONIC! Let's bring back our castle for the next game. Please take it away.
Thank you so much, Amara, as well as Clara. The fans are wild here in the stadium. M4 can only get better from here on out, but the games have just technically, the battle itself, begun. Now, Echo is on match point. One more game and they can continue on, and technically that would make them already within the top 4, if I'm correct.
Top 3.
Top 3, thank you, Dave. Top 3, which is already a big deal. ONIC, can they push this back? Can they tie this up?
I think yes, they can, right? And every game starts in the draft. So speaking of the draft specifically, what we saw the last game was, what, first 3 bans were towards Kyrie, right?
All assassins.
All
Ling,
assassins.
Hayabusa, Fanny. I mean, all those are banned away.
Yeah.
And Lancelot was probably the most meta viable characters that's available, but it wasn't picked out, right? We saw the dinosaur being picked out, and it didn't really do any favors.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, right? You focus on Kyrie so much, I guess look for another angle here, at least either to support Kyrie in that jungle pick, whatever he decides to go with, but also have something proactive, because I think it was Dave that said that Leslie pick, right?
Yeah.
What, I mean, we saw a lot of variability in terms of marksman picks from ONIC Esports, but the Leslie one, I feel like, especially 11 minutes, that game was about 11 minutes, that's not enough time. You know, that's not enough time for Leslie to shine.
Well, to be honest, I can't really put it past the drafting coming in, and especially what CW got. That's just what you get, right? The question is, even though Kyrie might not get a comfort hero, where else do they go for? That means the rest of his teammates need to start stepping up. We're looking at Keyboy. We're also looking at Sans to really start making that difference here for the rest of the team.
There are a few things they might pay attention to for the upcoming draft, right? You also have to pay attention to not giving Yaoi the Chow. I mean, that Chow was a decisive factor in the last game, right, for Echo. I mean, how Yaoi maneuver or pilot this character, should I say, was out of this world, right? Like, kind of like Alien, you know? So it's just very, very different how he plays it. Maybe ban the Chow away, because you can't really ban the entire Echo, not like Echo banning Kairi, you know, as easy as Echo banning Kairi. So maybe take away the Chow, take away the comfort, and that might be the angle. That being said, we're stepping to the drafting phase.
All right, let's jump right into it. Everybody here ready for game number 4? Let's jump right into the drafting phase and expect it to be nice, fast, and as well as quick. These teams are not messing around with the first phase already done and first picks locked in.
Same sides, right? I mean, I think for the whole series so far, Echo Philippines, they love blue. They want to be on the blue side. Still, those same 3 bans towards Kairi and ONIC Esports on the other side. It's still taking out the 2 same marksmen they took out previously, and I think, was it the Eve as well from previous game?
Yes, it is. And, you know, it's pretty much the exact same bans, but the picks have definitely changed. Again, Glue was able to be paired up with the Farmers. Now you don't have that quote-unquote hard counter here, which begs the question, Echo, do you want to lock in that Dairoth to make sure you can deal with the Glue in lane, but may not necessarily do as much in the bigger picture of team fights?
No, Dairoth definitely did wonder last game. Nobody expects Dairoth to counter Glue so bad. In fact, that's something that you don't see very often. Most of the time, you've seen that high scrim matches between those top teams, they used Rain as a counter Glue, and today when we saw Glue did wonders, especially played by Sanford, right? The amount of confidence this guy was showing in lane, just one-on-one and 1v2, even though he died the first time, we all kind of worried about that lane, thinking, okay, you might have to play a little bit more careful, but it turned out he had the whole thing planned out in his head. He know his power spike. One death didn't really affect him that much.
I think I want to see it again. However, the conditions might have changed a little, but we'll see in the second phase of the draft for now, because now we're seeing, you know, adaptations being done. We don't have Farmis. Oh, boo-hoo. We still are going to be locking in the Lilia. And I think, you know, at the end of the day, it's all about pushing out that wave to allow Yaoi and support him in his movement. If you are getting mirrored, at the very least, Sanji can actually look for a trade, get somebody low enough for Yaoi to have a secondary option if his first plan to get on top of CW doesn't work out.
I like that they grabbed themselves the Claude this time, right? Because something that, I mean, they had to deal with was always those back turret plays, those sandwich plays. And I mean, even let's quickly take a look at the quote here from Carl TZ. We know their playstyle, and I think my teammates are better than ONIC Esports.
You can see that, the confidence seeking through their gameplay. You know, the way how Yaoi engage, even through draft. Now, banning 3 assassins is not something you see at all on an M4 stage. This is a very, very respect and targeted ban, a draft style, I should say, towards ONIC INDO.
Absolutely, and that's what we should expect at the highest level here. Everybody is going to be playing in tip-top shape. Harith ban, Amon ban coming in from Echo. I feel like we're being left out of the loop here. Echo knows something that we don't.
Must be scrims.
Must be scrims.
When they practice their minds out, probably.
Yes, when they practice their minds out.
I mean, what can we say? Hanzo. It's Hanzo time.
Is it?
Honestly, it might actually be the way if we didn't see Fredrin already locked in coming in from Echo, but Martis as well gets banned out. Let's see. It could be Hanzo coming in from Kairi, the god of assassins at this stage of M4.
Well, at this point, right, I'm even surprised with the Leslie ban. Right? I mean, it's taken out here. Again, the previous game, I feel like, wasn't the most fair performance for it, right? We haven't seen it a handful of times, just like the other marksmen on the table. But still, I think if you're going to see something like that, sounded like the Joy.
Yep.
A hero highly contested, whether it's picked or banned. But this time, this is a jungle Joy.
It can or cannot, right? Joy, again, it's still flags, and being in the second pick give you a lot of options, right? You still can flags right now.
It can still go into mid lane, technically.
Mid Joy?
That's exactly what we're trying to get to here. But Sanford, once again, he's going to get, oh boy, he's going to get the Dairoth one more time. We're seeing the Beatrix coming up from Benny QT. Right now, based on what we're seeing, it's going to be a little difficult to catch Benny QT, but now that you have Joy, probably going to take the Vengeance, run up right into his face. He's got to be really careful when he uses those ultimates.
I bet this might be a Glue support. You know, we've seen it before. no glue support, and you have Joy on the side, which is not really afraid of Dairoth. I mean, and you can take the Faramis mid. So that might be a viable option, because right now if glue go to the side, we're going to see the same story happening from last game again, where the Dairoth's going to come to the lane. Here we go, the last pick. Oh, Mathilda.
Huh.
Okay, so Joy jungle.
Joy jungle, yeah. You're absolutely right.
All right, look, I have no doubt. The fact that it is Kyrie playing it, he's going to make something happen. He has to make something work. But this is going to be quite the battle as Echo currently on match point. They need to win this to move on to the next stage. And unfortunately for ONIC, they need to win this game to stay in this best of 5 and try and contest them. I don't know about you guys, but I am hella excited to be jumping in towards the land of dawn. It is game number 4 here with 2 teams looking to be the best that we have ever seen coming out from an M series.
Oh, I can hear the fan yelling from the stage.
That's outside, too.
Yeah, I know, from the stage. I mean, he's so excited for Echo. That was exciting. This is Echo's match point. ONIC have to put everything they have on the table.
All right, here it is. The Land of Dawn revealed once more. We're jumping right into the action. Hold your horses, pull up your pants, get your popcorn. You cannot blink. Do not miss a second of the action. ONIC on the red side, and it's going to be Echo on the blue.
Ooh, right off the bat, it seems like Echo started from the red, and Kyrie. ONIC's going to start from the blue. A complete mirror matchup. That means they will meet. We might have to see a little early class at Alita Wonder. Here we go.
Already in the mid lane. Little poke back and forth between the two. Yaoi could be in trouble here. That's quite a bit of poke. Oh, just barely able to survive. And notice too, you know, Dave, hold on. Same thing in the bottom side. Flicker out from Sanford. Boots not going to be able to get the first blood this game.
Yep, see, that's what we're talking about. That level 1, again, level 1 was extremely important, but as soon as Boots is able to get that level 2, instantly, it just changes, right? Sanford had to flicker out of there, and the same goes for Boots. So the laning phase, now a little compromised. We might have to see Sanford get a little bit of help, because now we're expecting Boots to play a lot more passively and say, hey, I'll only push when necessary.
Yeah, one thing I love too, I mean, you're already seeing it, right? The mobility here from ONIC Esports, the ability to move around with this Matilda pick. You have that guiding wind, you have that circling eagle, and even on top of that, I mean, you kind of extend the fights with Sans here on this Faramis this time. I like what ONIC Esports decided to draft. Now, how will that develop as the game goes on? You know, that's the big question here.
Oh, here we go. On the bottom side, it's a trade. It's even so far. I'm actually surprised because I expect Dairoth to be winning the lane. But it seems like Boots is having the upper hand. And now is Joy making the first move.
Bottom side. We got to get a look here. Sanford getting chunked quite low. Going to be taken down. Boots able to get the first blood this time. But now Carl TZ paying back as Sanji grabs the kill. But now Turtle going to be up here. Both teams trying to get in position. Carl TZ, full health, quite healthy, gets the taunt, the knockup, gets 2 flickers. Yaoi now looking for a moment, holding on to the way of the dragon.
There we go.
Both are going to come out, it's going to come down to the retribution battle. Who grabs it? It's Carl TZ. And now Keyboy the focus. He gets out with the guiding one, but what a flicker. Yaoi has to retreat. Sanji there to back him up. And just like that, Echo Philippines grabbing the objective.
What a chain of events there, Dave. I mean, it could have gone badly for both of these teams. Farm is holding his ult until the last second, but you got to give it to Yaoi. He's done. It feels like he's played the simulation a million times.
His Chow kick is so on point. Even the last game, the last few dive at the mid lane tier 1 tower, when Yaoi dived into the 4 people, knock out 4 people, he kicked CW accurately, right? Just now, in the midst of everybody, he's able to find Kyrie and kick him away to make sure he doesn't retreat. That takes so much accuracy. He might be using the hero lock, which takes so much practice, because that is so hard. 1,000 buttons on the screen you have to click. I mean, like, how do you even do that?
Well, they're pros for a reason, Dave, right? And we're casters for a reason here. But, I mean, even with that said, just the micro decisions from Echo Philippines really showing their strength in those fights, but still, ONIC Esports still in a good position here as Carl TZ going to be the focus. Kyrie using that ultimate. There's the circling heel. Keyboy, though, going to get caught in a bad position. Has to have the back of the teammate, but Yaoi on the hunt, looking for it, can't. Gets the cold Turtles are out. Finds on the backside. There's a kill as Keyboy falls, going in the hands of Echo Philippines.
Oh, that's gotta be so frustrating, and especially for Keyboy, he was baiting them into a team fight, and ONIC were ready for it. But once again, we're seeing Yaoi just deny aggression, deny key targets that can actually slow them down. And in this case, it was supposed to be Boots.
I gotta say, ONIC's playing a little bit before that.
Gonna focus on Carl Teasy. He's quite low. There's a circuit legal. Able to punish him as Carl Teasy falls. ONIC Esports on the hunt for more.
Even before the ultimate comes down. And the Claude is getting really farmed. Just now you saw the auto attack coming from CW. I wonder what item he has to do so much damage already to Fredrin. Unless Fredrin just not building physical defense at all. But because of that team fight, now it's going to be ONIC having the advantage going to the Turtle.
Well, again, we find ourselves in the Turtle pit. The back and forth. Yaoi with the blinker. The TikTok play gets away the Dragon off. Boots goes in with the split. Sanji's got to be careful here. Boots also still going to the grab. Yaoi's in trouble. Able to survive for now. Carl T's going to get cut off. Gets the knock up there. Sanford, though, and Sanji. Circling Eagle to come out from Keyboy in a bad position. Can he get away? Flickers out. Kyrie, though, comes in, gets the retribution off, and punishes Sanji on the bottom side.
What an angle! Please, can we get a replay of that? Kyrie came up with a 300 IQ pathing. I thought he was throwing because he was letting his teammate die, but no, he found the exact pathing he wanted, and now he's about to kill
Kyrie
Sanford.
going for more. Sanford can't escape it. It's Kyrie grabbing another one. And now Carl Teasy, Appraiser's Wrath comes down. Keyboy on the run. Circling Eagle. Can he survive it? He's still running. Carl Teasy grabbing the kill. Turtle still up here. No one committing just yet.
Holy Kyrie!
Oh my God!
Oh my goodness! Give me something! Just have my children! My God!
I gotta say, Boost. At this point, Boost needs to step it up, right? Because he's not being as effective as a Glue Monster should have. You know, with the challenge on Echo side, Yaoi you can kick. Glue can also kind of kidnap somebody. You know?
Kyrie!
The steal.
That's all he has to do, Dave.
Yeah.
Let Boots get there, but as long as Kyrie gets the turtles, it's all good.
Yeah. Kyrie diff. That's the carry diff we're talking about.
Like, is there really anything we can say? But Yaoi, once again!
Yaoi was way the dragon. They're looking for more here. That's the Colt. Oh, they're committed. It's Keyboy that falls. Now Carl Teasy still trying to zone out Kyrie here. It's Sans and Kyrie. They're going to back off for now. Happy with the kill, but look at the lead for ONIC Esports.
Woo, now that is what we call the Yaoi diff. Unfortunately, both teams have some very clear play styles overall, but the interactions, it's so very important. Like, let's keep in mind, I want Boots to actually be in a position where you can do something. Yeah. But to be fair, Yaoi is frustratingly making it difficult. He's interrupting his combo.
Just like that again with the way of the dragon. You can't escape it as Sans falls to the mid side. Another pickup as you were just saying it, get in.
This is pissing me off now. Every time he's got his ultimate, he finds a kill. Stop it, Yaoi.
Yeah, like how... The thing is, Yaoi was on the other side of the river, right? I mean, you can't prepare for that. Like a second later, he's on your face, he's kicking to his team, get bursted by the Beatrix, by Benny. So, like, this is just way too good. That's what I was saying. Maybe, like, leaving one character up, don't ban, let's say, Eve and take the Chow away. But that's, like, you know, too late at this point, right?
Right? Wishful thinking here at this point. But, you know, you got to deal with it. Cho in the hands of Yaoi is devastating, and now he's going to be looking for another side on the bottom. Kick comes out, Kyrie there to help out. Boots and Kyrie on the bottom side.
Kyrie.
Biz on the strike comes out, but they disengage as both teams were ready for that one.
Okay. I thought for a second there it could have been bad. Sanford using that flicker to really displace Boots, and he wasn't able to get his kidnap going. It puts Kyrie in an awkward spot. But now, CW, they broke the tier 1, they've done a lane swap, and now they're trying to press their advantage.
Nice push here. ONIC's really getting objectives. They got 2 towers already. If you connect the dots, the middle tier 1 tower is not going to stand for any longer, right? If this continues, once CW get those items online, he will shred the entire backline for Echo.
Let's take it Turtle. Come down to another retribution battle here. Carl T's able to secure it, but ONIC Esports, they want to fight here. They're going to be chasing down. Flicker comes in. Boots looking for the setup here. Can't get it. Black Hugh's going to come out. There's Yaoi once again, but Carl T's falls. Sanford still alive. Look at Benny Cutie. Grabs the kill on Kyrie. But in the mid side, it's Yaoi running. Gets dragged to his death.
beautiful job there from CW. He was standing in a perfect position, just consistently doing damage. I was saying that this is going to be the win condition for ONIC. And that's exactly what happened in the last team fight. CW sitting on the side, just throwing the auto attack left and right. He got Fredrin low and he got Fredrin down. And that's exactly what we need to see more going further into the late game.
Well, let's look at the bigger picture as well, because Benny QT actually in this instant replay, hopefully we see it. Keep your eyes on Kyrie, because Benny QT gets his ult off, sees Kyrie, and has to force fight him, but the rest of his team is left behind. So as soon as that kill comes through, both Sanford and the majority of his teammates are just way too low to re-engage into the fight. It could have been much better from Echo had they kind of kited together, but ONIC just taking full advantage of the situation.
And this is the thing I want to point out regarding the Joy jungle. The ultimate damage actually not that high. Look at how much damage he's taken, right? And that's why Joy needs Vengeance, because he can go and take the shield, but before that, here we go.
Playing the bottom side. Everybody here from ONIC Esports, they're trying to catch Benny Cutie. They're looking for it. Blazing do it. It's Sands getting the killing spree, and they're making a pay as Sandy on the run here. 4 versus 1. He falls. And now Carl Teasy, a little bit too late to the party. Sanford now to help them out. ONIC Esports got to be careful on this one. CW goes down. Now it's Sanford versus 3. Still going to be going at it. It's too much damage as Sands takes him down. Carl Teasy still here. Certainly he will come out. 1 versus 3. Can he do it? It's going to be a long battle as he just heals up. Chad walks away. That's 1 knock-up. Yowie now joining the party. Still going to be going way of the dragon. Telling them, guys, that's enough.
Oh my goodness. Whoa, what a sequence of events. Honestly, it feels like Kyrie dies when he wants to die. It's like, I have to give up my life. If not, Benny QT isn't going to commit to this.
Yeah, let's take a look. And this is what I was talking about.
Oh, whoa.
At this point, Kyrie cannot go in by himself to the back line. This character gets straight up, Joy as a character gets straight up countered by Beatrix, right? When you don't have Vengeance, he just one-shots you. Look at Beatrix's item. This guy is stacked out. He's in a 2-shot, and that's what we saw in the last fight. Here we go again.
Yowie again with Way of the Dragon, looking for it. The Cold Ulcer comes down. Blazing duet from CW. Gonna push down Echo Philippines. Double kill for Sands. Sanji on the run here, and it's a war for ONIC Esports. Everybody's feeling it, and Carl Teasy has to retreat.
Oh, this game is so hot. Previously, it was Echo who had the decisive draft. Now it is ONIC taking full control over this game and are running it down all the way to the inhibitor. Yowie, what can he really do? He's not able to initiate for his team no longer.
Certainly, you're going to commit. They do get the mid turret here. ONIC Philippines in ONIC Esports in the driver's seat.
Absolutely. Now with the Lord coming down, they got the mid high ground tower without even having the help of the Lord. Now the bottom side, the super minion comes in, all the high ground towers going to be taken down, I think, at this round. Look at the top dive.
They're still going to have to work on it. Lord, top side. ONIC Esports going in.
Yowie
with the Way of the Dragon, circling you to follow up. Still holding on to it. It's Boots that gets punted. The drag comes out from the stampede. Benny Cutie unleashing here. Yowie has the immortality. Right now, they're going to go ahead and retreat for ONIC Esports.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Sanford, he's really deadly with that ultimate, man. I mean, as soon as he is able to connect onto multiple targets, and especially if it even touches CW, even just a little bit, he's immediately flickering on top of it to make sure that his Abysm Strike is not going to miss, and he follows up so fast. ONIC, you got to be a little careful about this. CW, he has to watch his positioning. Oh, God.
Again, Yowie with the Way of the Dragon, taking out Keyboy just like that. Echo Philippines going to be marching down the mid lane here. They grab the tier 1. Sands, though. He had to think twice about that one.
Yeah, you don't want to dive onto that. That's going to one-shot. Sands is doing a fantastic job. He's 6-1-3. He has about 1,500 gold ahead of his counterpart. This guy is popping off. At this point, it's about Sands comboing with CW diving, as well as Kyrie. Because Kyrie cannot do it by himself. He didn't have the Vengeance, have the Retribution. Oh, look at the damage already. Is Kyrie building tank? Did you notice his item?
Oh, well, I think the first 2 items was the Genius Wand into the Holy Crystal, so now he's probably going to... I'm guessing that he's probably going to build into full tank from this stage onward, like most Joy players would, because again, Benny QT is just chunking him down.
Yeah.
And sometimes you even see Benny QT hiding in brushes with Wesker, the shotgun version variant, and just blowing him out of the water.
Yeah, but going to the late game though, even though it's only 3,000 gold differences, but look at the map, right? It's looking red all over the place. ONIC, I was saying that they got the mid-high ground tower without the Lord's help, but they actually took a step too aggressive, right? Bit up a little bit more than what they can chew. You know, this is the ice bigger than the stomach kind of story. What they need to do is really calm down and get ready for sync the wave up and get ready for the tower cleanup. Now, just now though, you have to give credit to Yaoi. That was a beautiful engagement and boost that started everything. You know.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, though, ONIC, all they have to do is just wait for this next Lord.
Yeah.
They have a huge map advantage, like you mentioned, and they've got this massive lead. And Echo just trying to get back into this game at this point.
How do they, I'm trying to figure out how Echo is supposed to get back into this game, because now it's like, if they could just stall this Lord a little bit longer, they're almost at the 42k mark.
Right now, ONIC is going to go ahead and work on the Lord here. Carl Teasy looking for an angle if he can get one. It's going to be the Lord Dance. Yaoi not going to be able to find the way of the dragon he wants to. Lord still juggled around.
Oh, CW!
Look at Kyrie though, it goes in, that's the way of the dragon, the flicker comes out. Boots is getting chunked quite low. Kyrie's still gonna work on the Lord here, he wants to grab it. Carl Teasy waiting for the moment as well, they're gonna zone them out the best they can. Sanji trying to unleash here, CW's gonna fall. The red string comes out, and it's secured by Kyrie. As he falls, indeed, Keyboy down. Kyrie though, saving grace.
Oh Lord, I think that's the first time we've ever seen both Echo and ONIC both pause for a second, unsure what to do next. Do I take Lord, do we fight? And unfortunately for ONIC, Echo pushing it in.
On the mid side, there's the way of the dragon as he falls. Boots is down, the Lord is up though. Sanford quite low here, Sands and Kyrie. Kyrie gonna go back into the jungle, can they buy more time? Oh, Sanford on the run from Kyrie as he shut down Sands as well. Benny Cutie still going. Now the focus here on Kyrie. Gets to the second tier turret and backs off for now, but bought enough time for ONIC Esports to stay in it.
Oh no, Kyrie, he's just messing with them right now. Are they, okay. And ONIC, at the very least, are in a position where, yes, I don't have my mid-turret, Echo don't have that mid-turret, but Echo isn't even falling for those simple traps. No, I'm not going to chase you across the map. I remember what happened the last time. We have adapted and we are learning. So both sides are just elevating based on what they are seeing from the gameplay of their opponents. So it's a game of rock, paper, scissors. When do you go too far?
I feel like ONIC's playing with their hands behind their backs at this point. You know, like they have a full dive comp, and they're win condition to kill Benny, right? Like if they kill Benny, they got this game. I mean, yes, Yaoi's making stuff happen. Yes, Kyle TZ is crazy, but at the same time, the win condition for Echo is just the Benny. If Benny dies, the entire Echo lose their damage source. But they're not doing that. It feels like they go in and kind of come back and kind of gauge, right? Go back in again. And during that thinking process, Benny sniped your backline, right? And killed everybody else.
Well, right now, ONIC going to focus on the top side. Still want to get this inhibitor turret down. They're working with the mid. Black Shoes used. Still a stalemate here, as I think it's just going to come down to another Lord. Unless ONIC Esports can press the issue here.
Yeah, both teams are like dead even. It's 16-14 so far, and the goal lead is so minimal. It just does not matter. It comes down to that execution. If you're in Yaoi's position, I'm guessing he's looking for CW, but CW waits so patiently.
Here we go.
Leo going to come in. They're quite low. They get the black shoes out from Sanji. Still holding on here. ONIC pressing it out. They get the flicker. Echo Philippines still holding on to this top turret.
Wow, what a defense over there. You know, I thought CW wanted to get this tower, and it seems like ONIC doing everything right? They sync the wave up, they try to get a high ground tower, but I gotta say, Partizzi just is a wall. He stands over there like, you shall not pass. Yeah. And then, CW did not pass. And that's exactly what happened.
It's just, they literally cannot. I mean, based on what we're seeing, like, CW is able to keep out Partizzi. Wait, this is good seal play. This is not looking good.
Echo, they're going to find Boots here. There's the way the Dragon Sands comes in to help him out, but it's too late. Yaoi gets the kill, and now Sands on the run. Flicker comes out as well. Echo on the hunt. Sands does fall. Benny Cutie's going to flicker in, looking for more, and they're going to make a beeline to the Lord.
Wow.
I'm nervous right now because there's multiple decisions that could be made. They could delay this ball. They're going in.
Keyboy does go in with the circling eagle. Kyrie getting in position. Benny Cutie going to take out Keyboy. ONIC has to be careful how they approach this one. Lord gonna be 1/4 health here. Benny Cutie, though, had to use that Wind of Nature. CW still looking for a moment. Oh! Comes in! The juke from CW in a massive play. But the Colt Altar comes down. Benny Cutie unleashing. Immortality gonna be popped. Goes another one. Boots a little bit too late as Echo marches into the base of ONIC Esports, looking to end the game here. Can they do it? Kyrie's alive, still trying to hold on. Keyboy here now too. ONIC, can they stay in the game? Flicker's gonna come out here. They find Benny, looking for a kill. Keyboy there on the backside, still up. In a couple seconds, Sands will be up, but the storm is too strong. Keyboy and Boots holding on for their life. Here comes Sands, and Yowie's low. Immortality pop. ONIC holds on in a successful defense.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
They're still alive. They're still in it. 4 people alive. Kyrie's missing Echo. 100% want this Lord. With this Lord, they can secure the game already, push out those outer tier targets. They don't care anymore because ONIC is at a disadvantage. There's nothing ONIC can do about it. They just have to back off, wait for Kyrie to come back up. They got to figure this out right now because Echo's team fighting is looking immaculate. It feels so difficult to actually get in on it, especially once the chaos ensues.
Oh my God. Isn't your head hurts watching the last team fight?
It was. Yeah, I know it's hurting mine for sure.
It just feels like everybody's fully gold right now. Let's compare how many immortality that we have. On Echo side, we have 4 immortalities. Meanwhile, for Team ONIC, we don't have a singular one that's standing at this point. I mean, that is going to make such a huge difference at the next dive because immortality is what decides the late game team fights. On top of the fact that the Echo does have the Lord charging to the base, this is looking scary, dude. I don't know if we're going to see any longer games.
Oh, Sanford.
Sanford,
buddy.
Down. But again, ONIC's got to hold on here.
This is
Lord in mid-side. This is going to be crucial for them. Can they do it again? Sanford quite low, still has the immortality as well. Kyrie trying to defend that bottom side. They come in. Yowie goes in with the play. Can't connect. Sanford finds Boots. Circling you on the backside. Benny Cutie still up. Blazing to it from CW. Finds Sanford. But it's not going to be enough just yet as Sands falls. Benny Cutie, the storm, is unleashing onto the base. Another flicker going to come out. The minion waves are up. It's only Sanji, Benny Cutie, and Carl Teasy. Kyrie and Keyboy, can they stay in this game again? They're going to have their work cut out for them. Volatility at its best. Here comes Sands, pushing the situation. ONIC still holding on. They're working on the base, and that's going to be it. Echo sends ONIC to the lower brackets in a 3-1 victory.
Oh my goodness. What a sequence of events. What an intense game. This is beyond me at this point. These players are playing with their absolute hearts out, not holding a single punch back. GG, well played to Echo.
What a play from Echo. You can see the management team, the players, and their cheerleaders. They're excited. We're excited. What a game.
Truly a beautiful game here. This is why we love Mobile Legends, but this is why Leo was almost right, just flipped on the opposite end. Echo, well done. Case, Echo's full strength. Echo advances into the top 3. Wow. Analysts, please take this one away because these boys, well deserved. Break it down for us.
Advances to top 3. Another Philippine team dropping Indonesia to the lower bracket. Like, is this the real calling of Kryptonite?
I'm not smiling. Hearing my voice,
You're
not smiling. I'm not. But what else this confirms is at least one Filipino team going to the grand finals.
This is insane, and yes, Cameron can confirm.
I'm not smiling. I'll smile later, but I'm not smiling.
Not on camera. Trex.
What a game. I mean, and honestly, the final moment there, even though Echo won, ONIC's defense there is...
The last two team fights could have gone on forever, and I would not complain.
Here's the thing. Echo is so explosive because I still remember a moment they're just using the magic sentry. It's like, we see Boots. They did not hesitate. Conceal. Go to the front. Yaoi kick Boots behind. And then Benny Cutie just keeps shredding him down. And then they continue from there. They do not miss a beat. It's like, do you want to go? Don't even ask that question. The answer is always yes.
There has to be a new statistic. I propose it for our production to prepare, and it's called TPMs. TikTok plays per minute. Because I think Yaoi was hitting maybe 2 or 3.
TikTok plays per minute. I definitely like it. Yaoi definitely on fire there. Not to mention Sans, though, able to use that passive so well and come back every time to really drag those fights out. My statistic would be longest team fighter, longest survivability against a push, something along those measures.
I mean, this is Tennis Indoor Sinayan, and those seem like rallies, right? Like back and forths.
So I guess the stats is how long can you last?
How long can you last?
Exactly. How long can you last? And speaking of that, we're going to look at itemization as well as a hero because honestly, throughout this series, Faramis has really grown on me as a mid laner because every single time any team that has a Faramis, they really are not afraid to charge and go for those fights because as a mid laner, you're not really, like, you have the utility, but more importantly, oh my god, the damage from the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I think key here is the fact that Sans employed the Faramis mid against one of the pioneers of Faramis mid, and I think that's what made Sanji all the more lethal here and deadly, because Lilia is a soft counter to the whole Cult Alter situation, is because she can just keep dropping those shadow energies, popping those glooms, and again, just making the most of that small time that their opponents are stunned after the extra HP is depleted.
You know, and I think ONIC had the right idea, right? They pick up the Faramis, then they pick up the Claude, so they kind of get rid of that possible counter, those counters. But Echo still finds a way, and I think, like you said, with those glooms, able to do a lot of AoE damage. And then Benny Cutie, using the Nibiru's Passionate well at some of those clutch moments, is able to shred through a lot of the survivability of ONIC.
We're going to go to the post-game stats, but I just thought about another statistic that we could have for this M4, which is the win rate of a Joy as an EXP and as a jungler, because I kind of feel like Kyrie used that like out of his mind, but still wasn't enough.
Say what you will about the jungle Joy in the hands of Kyrie, but it was one of the few reasons why ONIC Esports stayed ahead the few times that they did. And even in the team fights that Echo clearly won, the only reason why Echo were more disciplined and not as explosive, not as volatile, is because they learned. They learned in that game that they lost with Kyrie having the Hayabusa, anything is possible in the hands of the Sky King. So that's why here I'd still put much respect in the name of Jungle Joy.
Literally the only reason why Echo didn't finish and like the Lord before is because of Kyrie there. Like literally able to pull them away. They chase after him. Trust me, I'm not a fan of the Jungle Joy, but if anyone can do it, Kyrie's allowed. He has the pass.
I mean, if Kyrie made sure that they can't come on the Lord, then I would say that's a very, very big win. So I understand the argument here, but again, as an analyst, numbers don't lie. Because Kyrie, I kind of feel like he's one of those junglers that could literally take anything and make it look good, especially with heroes that has a lot of mobility, a lot of dashes. He's good on the Barats, but come on, like, let's be fair. He looks way better on the Hayabusas, on the Ling, on the Fannies, on the Joys.
The whole Barat situation, which I think we'll see glimpses of during the highlights, playing later on in a bit, it was less of a matter of Kyrie not being able to do it, but more of a whole team effort. So with that being said, I think the MVP here is a player that allows for the whole team to be able to do their best. And man, 11-8, this is one of those kinds of MVPs that you just go like, yeah, the numbers speak for themselves.
I mean, Benny Cutie's always up there, I feel like. I think Benny Cutie speaks for himself in the land of Dawn. Honestly, everything pretty typical to me. Did end up selling those boots towards the end to get even more damage there. And I think that...
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, like the M4 fact is that Benny Cutie is like #1 in terms of KDA. Like over 10 KD or something crazy like that?
Yes, on average.
Yeah, on
Number
average.
one.
So with 11, 2, and 8, it really helps his cause here of maintaining the number one, because I feel like in that game, Benny Cutie was really the one that is stopping ONIC, because they can't really engage when they keep on dying. It's really hard to do anything when you're in the grave.
Hard to do anything when you're in the grave. Now, taking a look at the heat map, though, you can tell this is the point where he switches over to the EXP lane to get even more gold here, but also holding it down in the mid lane, stopping ONIC from getting that push in, stopping ONIC from claiming any land on the map.
And I think that's silent work that Benny was doing. It's honest work, and no one's gonna notice until it's too late, and that's what he did here. By camping in that little bush down south, east of the map, he's able to deny ONIC major objectives. And you see here how he's so good at protecting himself. Having 2 deaths, yeah, I mean, deaths are deaths, but against a lineup that's as explosive as ONIC's, as good as they are pushing forward, again with Keyboy and the Matilda. Pretty good sniping as well. I was just gonna say, protecting himself and finding targets, that's what earned him his MVP.
Here's the thing. Like, that moment, it was instant. But at the moment, he took his time. Almost like he's holding his breath.
Teeing off. Like a backswing.
Dude, that was beautiful.
That was a TikTok play.
That was
a TikTok play.
That's going to see like a bajillion TikTok clips.
A bajillion.
Within today. That's an actual number.
It's an actual number, please. Respect the Southeast Asian numeric system, correct?
Yes.
You guys might not have it in the States, okay? But here, a bajillion is measurable.
Yep, and this team fight took about a bajillion minutes.
It's a benillion.
Up until Benny Cutie came in and decisively said, no, we're just going to take the base, we're going to kill who we can, but it's over at this point, and that was a call.
Sorry, I keep cutting you off because I really want the bajillion number to be like
Great
really
game.
solidified
It was a great game. GG's, well played. I had a lot of fun with you guys.
All right, don't fight with us because we're big. But as big as us right now, feeling bigger is Echo. So we're gonna pass it over to Mara as well as Clara to ask them a bajillion amount of questions. Go ahead.
Upper brackets once again, Pinas Lang Malakas!
Congratulations, that was amazing.
Of course, this one, Eco, they beat ONIC Esports, the home country, and 3-1. It was so dominant.
And you know who's showing dominance during this series? Sanford, you know, people are calling you a genius. Your timing is perfect. And you're showing the world how good you are. How important is this for you? As a 16-year-old, gaano ka-importante para sa'yo na ipakita sa buong mundo yung skills mo? Ang dami nang humahanga sa'yo ngayon.
Sobrang importante po kasi parang ngayon lang po ako nabigyan ng spotlight. Tapos, kaya ko rin po ginagalingan para sa family ko po, lalong-lalo na sa papa ko.
Why? What happened to your dad?
Kasi bago po ako umalis ng Pinas, na-stroke po yung papa ko. So parang inaalay ko po yung every laro namin sa kanya. Yan.
This is really important for him because this is the only time that he got the spotlight. And he's dedicating this game and this entire tournament to his father. Right before he left, his father unfortunately experienced a stroke. So every single game is dedicated for him. You are such a great son. Thank you for that.
Okay, ini adalah waktu untuknya dan melihat dia begitu memberikan yang terbaik karena ini didedikasikan untuk ayahnya, her late father. Oh, he's sick.
He's sick right now.
He's sick right now. Get well soon, Daddy. We hope you the best. And actually, I'm kind of curious. And you said, Kalzi, on the group stage, it wasn't your potential. Your potential for Eco. Is this your full potential right now here?
Opo, siguro ito na po kasi malakas din po yung kalaban namin eh.
He said, yes, perhaps it is because their opponent is also very strong.
Okay, mungkin ini adalah benar full potensialnya, tapi masih mungkin. What is the hardest part of facing ONIC Esports on the upper bracket?
Siguro po mahirap yung pag nakuha ni Kyrie yung assassin niya. Lakas niya.
The hardest part is when Kyrie gets his assassin because Kyrie is just really strong. That's his lakas. That's his strength. Now this one is for Benny Cutie. Benny Cutie, you know, every time we interview a player on who they fear, who they think is so strong and who's so hard, they always say Benny Cutie. What do you have to say to that?
Wala naman po akong say doon. Tsaka hindi naman po ako parang matutuwa doon na maging complacent ako sa laro ko. Parang tuloy-tuloy pa rin kahit ano sabihin nila.
He doesn't really have much to say about that because him being good and the other players praising him he doesn't want to be complacent. He just wants to continue with what he's doing. Just because people are saying he's great, it doesn't mean that he'll perform any less. He just wants to keep on going. Now,
Oke, dia benar-benar pengen memberikan hanya yang terbaik. Mau orang-orang mau melihat dia seperti apa, tapi yang terbaik dia akan memberikan terus-menerus. Wow, that's great.
Your next match is like MPL Philippines Grand Finals. You're going to be going up against Blacklist International. Yeah, we gotta hear from you. Thoughts?
Sobrang saya po kasi PH versus PH po. So sigurado na pong may isang PH sa finals po. So tsaka may rematch din po. So sana po makabawi po kami. Lakas po kasi ng Blacklist. PH lang malakas.
Oh, there you go. PH lang malakas. He says he's really happy because regardless what happens, it'll be Philippines in the grand finals. And this time, they get to redo the MPL Philippines grand finals. So they hope they get to have a comeback and beat Blacklist this time around. Because Blacklist is just really strong.
Ya, dan memang kita akan melihat untuk final upper bracket adalah Philippines lawan Philippines dan mereka benar-benar excited karena ini adalah Philippines lawan Philippines. Mereka berharap bisa membalas dendam mereka pada saat MPL season lalu. Okay.
Congratulations once again. You may now take your bow. Echo Philippines! Pinas lang, malakas!
Tomorrow will be a super long day because we have 3 best of 5 matches, Mara.
Oh, that's right, Claire. Let's take a look at the updated bracket.
That's
Speaking
right.
of that.
Let's go. What's happening here in M4? We'll see that end because we got 2 matches today. So that makes
tomorrow it's going to be back to back to back. So for the upper bracket, it'll be Echo Philippines versus Blacklist International, 2 of the Philippines' best.
That's
now
right.
for the lower bracket.
The opening match will be RQ Jose against Falcon Esports. And for the last, ONIC Esports will be facing the Valley after that, right after. So the closing will be, we got the update for tomorrow's schedule.
This is the schedule. RRQ Hoshi will go up against Falcon Esports.
And after that, we will see ONIC Esports against the Valley. And the last one for securing 1 slot for the grand final, Echo Philippines against Blacklist International.
Tomorrow is going to be amazing. It's going to be back to back to back. We're going to see who's going to be facing in the lower bracket finals. And tomorrow we'll find out who's going to be waiting in the grand finals.
Of course, but we would like to thank you guys. Terima kasih semua yang udah datang di sini, yang ada di stage, yang lagi ada online juga. Jangan lupa untuk menonton esok hari karena besok akan ada 3 match best of